Hey everybody, hope everyone has been enjoying their Easter long weekend. Welcome back to The Council Reads, the show about comics, movies, toys, and how you stole fizzy lifting drinks. I'm Dylan. That's Jason. I'm glad I got that right. Nitin.
Yo.
Fomi. And lastly, in his rightful place, Dave.
Sun's too bright, make it go away.
Well, daylight savings just kicked in, so you should be right. Or not, didn't kick in, or whichever way it goes.
It turned off.
It turned it off us.
I turned it off?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I woke up at like 7 o'clock this morning.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
And it's impossible to tell because everything just automatically
Yeah,
does
so
it.
I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Good day,
yeah,
sir.
the time seems right.
Until you go downstairs and you go, oh, hang on.
Yeah.
mate.
Or you get in your
The
car.
clocks
The
are
clock's
wrong. Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah, you get in your car and you're like, oh,
Oh, no, my car's right now.
oh is it?
Yeah.
Automatic.
Yeah, no. It has been wrong for the last 6 months.
Excellent.
Like, it's right now.
Alrighty, so this week we are going to check out new comics, mainly Beta Ray Bill and The Flash. Going to talk about some changes happening at Marvel, and also check out the latest issue previews.
Yep.
Handful of interesting stuff in there, and of course, the best part of the episode when we start talking about new episodes of shows, Invincible and Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Both amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Them some movie talk.
Movie
Movies.
Yeah, a little bit of trailers.
movie
Trailers.
trailers. I didn't write that in the script.
Some movies
That's
to
fine.
talk about too.
Add it
Yeah,
now.
we got a Nitin review.
Yeah.
Hey.
And then also not listen, because
Yeah.
we're going to talk about
Oh,
Kong vs. Godzilla.
I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, we know.
that's your own fault.
I'm going tomorrow.
We've got to fix.
Yeah.
We've
You
got
could
to
have
fix.
seen it twice.
Alright.
Okay, so let's kick it off, Jason, with Beta Ray Bill, which was amazing.
So damn
It
good.
was?
I've already,
You have a look? You
I've already
already
read.
read.
That's so good.
Mm.
It's in my standing order.
I feel like we talk about him every week, Daniel Warren Johnson.
Yes.
For good reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Writer and artist. And he does some of the lettering.
Yes.
Oddly enough.
I think you can pick which is his.
Yeah.
too.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Did you read the interview at the back of the book?
Oh, no, I
Ooh,
didn't.
highly recommend.
Yeah, it's good.
Because he talks about, for everybody. At the back, instead of a letters page, is a little mini interview with him and Walt Simonson.
Oh,
Asked about Ray Bill and his journey and stuff as an artist and writer. And he asked about, you used to letter some of your sound effects, right? And I'm like, that's why he does it, right? You know, it's very, very similar. It was a very good interview. I'll give it a read.
Oh, cool.
But the book was amazing. Ties into the Kate's Thor run.
Yeah.
What's been happening there.
A bit of King in Black.
A little bit of King in Black. They didn't put the King in Black logo on the front. Which is a little surprising.
Because at first the solicit had
Yeah.
the logo.
Maybe because I got a bit of flack from some of those early ones had the King in Black that
Yes.
was a bit of a stretch. And this was a bit of a stretch. So.
But did it really need the King of Black logo? If you have a good look at, there's a pretty large certain dragon
Yes.
on there with a quite large
spiral.
spiral
Yes.
that kind of gives part of that away. So if you are a current reader at the moment, you'll see that it has a very small tie-in. But yeah, I don't think it was worth it
No.
because,
No.
like you said, there's a couple of books there that I was buying some tie-ins, and I'm like, hang on a minute.
It looks very nice. He's a great artist.
I really
so
like his
good,
stuff.
man. He's great. And also, he's a really good musician. For every issue of Murder Falcon that he released, he did a track to go with it. And as the issues were coming out, I would listen to the music and read it. And man, it's some really kick-ass like power metal sound and stuff. It's available to listen, I think, I'm pretty sure for free on Bandcamp.
Sure.
Under like the fictional band in that book's
Oh, yeah?
name. So it's Bruticus, Brootocus. Bruticus spelt very weird.
Yes, very
But
good.
I highly recommend that stuff if you're into metal. So good.
Put a
That's
link
how
in
I'd spell it.
the video.
Yes. Yes, in the description.
Yes.
But his stuff's a little ugly, but it's the good kind of
pretty.
ugly.
Yes.
It's ugly
And
pretty.
it's just so energetic. Like, you just, that double page spread with the dragon. It's
Yeah, man.
so, like, the hand, so Kirby, so,
He does like castles and armies really well.
Yes.
I really liked seeing, Asgardians in there.
Yes.
But they were just wearing like Viking stuff. They had
Yep.
like spears.
Yeah, whereas, like,
Yeah.
come on, soldiers, we're off we
Yeah.
go. Yeah, that was a great shot.
Yeah.
Um,
Because usually they're just like magic space god
Yeah.
people.
His style also suits everything I've seen him do. I've got Murder Falcon at home. I haven't read it yet, but the Wonder Woman Black Label,
That
the
was
style of that book and
Yes.
the brutality of that book matched his style so
Yeah.
well. And Nitin's on it right now. That 2-page spread is one of the best. It really good examples of depth and action when you're just trying to tell a story through pictures.
Yeah.
I was reading that before we started, and it's
Dynamics.
It's a 5-part mini, and it's in my standing order now.
No, it's really good. And like the story's like obviously his art's good, but the story's good.
Yeah,
like
you're right.
feel so much for Bill in this.
I really
like,
want to know where it's going.
Man, like it's a little tragic sort of thing.
It's
You're
very
like,
tragic. That's very tragic.
Poor Bill.
Yeah, because so
on multiple levels too. You know,
like he had a fight with Thor, right?
Yes.
And Thor basically destroyed Stormbreaker.
Yes.
And because of that, Bill was kind of stuck in his horseman
Yes,
mode.
because he used to have the old Donald Blake deal. Hit the Stormbreaker on the ground, he'd turn into his natural form.
Yeah.
Not the horse head, not the stuff.
'Cause
He can't now.
He was like a super soldier for the Corbin.
Yes,
Corbinites or something.
Yes.
That's them?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought he was like that all the time.
Oh.
Yeah, he was like picked to be one of their soldiers, and he's like a cyborg with a horse head. He's all like implants, and because he went through all that and stood up and saved his people, that's why Odin gives him Stormbreaker. Oh, he can lift Mjolnir, proves he's worthy, and Odin gives him his own.
Yeah.
That's why he sort of,
And Odin's like, hey, enchantment, you can turn back
Yes.
to your natural form.
what you should have been
Before
You
the augmentation and whatnot. But because of that, because Stormbreaker's gone, he can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
So he's stuck as a gross horseman.
Which it comes to fruition in the last part of that book, which is as you said, really, really touching, and it gives the book some real good feels. So not only great action, awesome art, sensational writing, all round.
Got a nice little nod to Peter Pan in it, if you noticed it.
Yes, I noticed!
Yeah.
In the background, he's watching Hook.
Yes.
Because the TV, it's got some
Is
speech
that what's
bubbles
going on?
coming
Yeah,
out.
I
Yeah.
knew he was watching something.
Yeah.
I was reading it. I'm like,
I'll
no,
check
is he
that out.
reading Hook? Watching Hook?
Weird.
He's watching Hook.
But it goes to say, like, he's been, like, second fiddle.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, because that's very much the
it's
deal.
very,
Yeah.
Oh wow,
Relates,
Rufio.
Yeah.
Interesting.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, good stuff.
So good.
Yeah, I hope if you're into the Thor stuff at the moment, you were on the fence, I can't recommend it enough. If you never checked out Any Better A Bill, it does a pretty good job of explaining what the deal is.
Yes, because you get some flashbacks and stuff.
He pretty catches you up pretty good.
Yeah.
If you always love Bill, best Bill thing.
Even
I've
if
seen
you're
for a
just in the shop, just have a flick through the book, because the art itself might even grab you up. Because even if you don't know the character that well, you don't really need to.
No.
The art will grab you. The art is sensational, and it's all around. He's doing everything, so I think you might even just pick it up, not knowing anything about the character.
Not
You
for
want-
too long, this is in the library.
Yeah, that's right. It's next door.
Yeah.
Alright, Better Reveal, done. What's next? Flash.
Flash?
Flash is the first issue of the new Infinite Frontier version of Flash. So Wally West coming back to the Flash. Nitin read this one.
I read that one. It's very good. Art is very nice. Brandon Peterson.
Very
Were
pretty. The colouring.
Two artists?
Yeah, it's like
Yes.
the future bit is
Yeah.
somebody else.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, very nice art. Story's interesting. What happened?
Because basically in Infinite Frontier issue 0, one shot that sort of was like a prelude to all the new stuff. We learnt that Barry is got a new job with like President Superman and the Omniverse stuff, and he's going to go investigate that. So Wally's going to take back over being the Flash, is what we sort of learned in that. And the start of this though, Wally's like, nah,
He's quitting.
I'm quitting. I'm not. I got a family, man. I've been through some stuff. Haven't they? Put him through some stuff. Every time I'm like, goddamn DC, can you just not ruin Wally West?
How good is that?
But this promising,
okay.
very promising.
And he's asking Barry to take his Speed Force away, and then something happens,
Yep.
and then
Hijinks ensue.
hijinks. But yeah, it looks so nice.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Story's interesting.
Yeah.
Do you think that, like, how DC are doing all these, like, non-canon main timeline, is that the go for them? You reckon, like...
There's definitely more for
Because,
you.
like, their best
Yeah,
stuff is probably Elseworlds and, like,
I don't think it's
other
necessarily
stories and
a plan for that, but definitely more.
Yeah.
Man, do what you want. A little bit more.
Yeah.
Tell good stories.
I think that's the way they should go.
Yeah.
You know, like...
'Cause Tom Taylor's doing an alternate Earth essentially thing with Batman. Batman Superman was really out there.
Yeah.
Because your main versions of Batman and Superman that you're seeing in that book are not the main ones.
Yes, they're definitely not as locked in.
now you got Superman and the Authority.
Yes.
That was just announced, and that seems to be set in the future or something.
Who's writing that?
Morrison.
Grant Morrison?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's buying that.
Yeah, it's like Superman with the grey hair on his temples and everything.
Yeah, very cool.
But no, it was pretty good. I was hesitant because, like I said, I was like, after the Heroes in Crisis fiasco, I was like, never again Wally West. I don't care. DC.
And then Future State, they doubled down on that. He was like a crazy guy in that.
The only good bit in this though was like at the start when he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna quit." Green Arrow. Ollie's like, "Yeah, good. How'd you get? You killed Roy. Off you go on your bike, son.
Yep.
I don't want you here anyway." And Barry's like, "No." He's like, "Oi, killed my kid." There's the door. But obviously Ollie comes good at the end and try to help. But it was a good issue. So,
very pretty.
Very. I mean, DC. I love their paper. Their books is my favourite stuff going around comics at the moment. Like it feels like paper. Sometimes some Marvel and some of the other companies it's a bit shiny and it's a bit thin.
It's a thicker GSM.
Yes.
Yeah,
not
Marvel,
as glossy as like a previous comic page, but it works.
I don't like a gloss at all. Is what I would like.
I want to know where I
It's more
write to
glossy
the
than I
complaints
want.
department at Marvel as I'm reading Fantastic Four number 8, I think it is, from 2 years ago, and I'm getting to the end of the book, and I'm like, oh, that's a weird. Oh, there's just a hole through that page. Not a rip. It's just that thinner paper. There's just a hole in the middle of the page.
Sometimes the printing machines just eat them.
But yeah,
Bro.
You have the slightest amount of oil on your fingers, and you read a Marvel book.
Yes.
You close the book, and you see there's a fingerprint smudge on the cover.
You gotta get your white gloves out.
It's terrible.
No longer mint.
And you know what I like? Like besides their paper, their colouring.
Dave.
Like
It's so
I've
vibrant.
been reading all their books at the moment, and they're just so nice. It's a similar style, but different for each book. But
I'm seeing a lot more DC books than I normally would in these last month of doing the podcast and just looking through a few of the select books. And the art on the other side is really, really good. I still prefer probably characters on the Marvel side. But to have a flick through and have a read, and may even be some books I'll pick up. So,
Wait, please tell me.
What are you looking
Did
at?
you see the Flintstones bit?
Yes.
Flintstones
Yes.
reference?
Yes. Yeah.
Very nice
bit?
Flintstones reference.
Please tell me Speed Force in there as well.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
Alright.
It's fun. It's fun. The first half's all the setup. The second half, when the adventure sort of begins, so to speak, you're like, what? All right, cool. And then
it goes out
man, Speed Force infused something else than a Flash, and you're like, what? Have a look. It's very good.
Share Dave.
What?
Dylan.
Share Dave.
It's fine.
Just give me a bit of an Old Man Logan vibe.
Yeah.
Flashback, right?
Yeah, very much so.
Similar but different.
Art is really nice.
Yeah, it's really
Both?
nice.
Look at that
I always
page.
like Peterson.
Go back to that page.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
It's really
Yeah.
so good.
really, really cool.
Even the sound of pages turning.
Yeah,
is better
yeah.
than, like,
That's your real ASMR there.
yeah. Oh, that's hard.
Yep.
I don't get that.
That was clean. So while Dylan's flicking, we've got any other DC books? Or
No, that was about it. DC was a pretty small week in general last
Tiny.
week. It was the 5th week of the month, 5 Wednesdays. So stuff was a bit spread out over the month, so a bit smaller. The only other book I sort of checked out new this week was Silk. Marvel's bringing Silk back. I liked Silk when Slotty brought her in, however many years ago now. But then she had her own book for a bit, and then she disappeared, Cindy. And she just seemed to come out of nowhere with
So
a
it was
new
like
book.
Spider-Verse, and what was it before that? With
She was-
Spider Island? Or
Yes,
what?
Spider Island and stuff. Where she had got bitten the same day as Pete and had been locked in it. That's her origin. She was locked in a bunker because the spider totem was going to come and eat her, Ezekiel and all that sort of stuff. But in this, she's got a new book. I think it was originally supposed to be coming out planned like a year ago, and then it got shelved a bit when the pandemic happened. Probably not the best time to introduce a Cindy Moon Silk comic. Like, I get why they did it. That was pretty good. I thought it had go for that sort of Hawkeye vibe of like not superhero-y, bit indie feel, the style of art.
Yeah.
She's working at Jonah's new website paper thing. And Jonah likes her. Jonah says some questionable things, and I'm like, alright.
Oh.
You know, like, hey, girl. You know, that sort of stuff.
Just typical Jonah
But yeah,
stuff.
hitting it pretty hard. But it's not too bad. I don't think I was probably the target audience.
Probably not.
But I enjoyed it more than I was like a little unsure. I always liked her, but I just, you know what I mean? Like no major interest in reading her solo adventures. It was a pretty solid first issue. Yeah, she's new on the job on the paper, and she goes and investigates some stuff. And,
Who does the art?
Takeshi
I'm not sure. I can't say names, man.
Okay.
Miyazawa.
Alright, cool.
They've been on Runaways before, and
Yeah, it looks familiar to me.
Miss
that's
Marvel
all.
maybe, or something
Yeah.
like that.
Definitely.
That's nice. It's definitely got that minimal sort of indie vibe, but
Yeah, you say Hawkeye. It's very Hawkeye feel.
yeah,
with
it's
the
what
art.
you look at,
Yeah.
right? That's what I thought straight away. And even it's very slice of lifey stuff, you know. Bugger all superhero action.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's not
it's a lot of her stuff, and which for a character that's never had a big push, probably a good idea to let people know who Cindy is. Because that's the Marvel. Like, who cares about Silk? That's not going to make you keep reading the book. The character's what hooks you in. Peter Parker's why you read Spider-Man.
Yes.
So I'm more than okay with more of her in the first issue and less action. But it was pretty good. I didn't mind it at all. More than I thought it would, actually.
See them bringing her into, like, not MCU, but, like, there's going to be...
I think there's plans for stuff.
Yeah, I saw them talking about casting.
Yeah, I don't know how it works though with the Sony deal.
Yeah.
I would think she would be a Spider-Man.
That's what was going to be
Character,
next.
right?
Yeah,
But
unless
I don't know.
since she was brought out so recent, perhaps it
Yeah.
maybe doesn't work that way. But yeah, I don't know.
Too glossy.
Too classic.
Thin the GSM.
Getting picky in your old age, Dave.
But what about you, Dylan? What'd you check out?
I checked out. I just had to read this. Power Rangers Unlimited one shot, Air to Darkness. Big Power Rangers fan, but this one in particular, it's based on Power Rangers in Space, and that was my favorite one growing up.
What sort of time period is space are we talking?
Oh, okay. Let me think.
Because there was the original Power Rangers,
And there were
and then there was the ones with the cow. Then there were the cars.
2 seasons of Mighty Morphin, I'm pretty sure.
Voltron.
And then it's Power Rangers Zeo. Power Rangers Zeo came
Is that
after.
the one with the cars?
No.
Is that
After
old school?
Zeo is Power Rangers Turbo.
Okay, I think
Which
that's,
one
where,
is-
that's where I checked out.
Is
Yeah.
it like an old school, like, samurai style one? Shogun one?
No, not that I know of.
Or maybe it was just
There was probably just-
inspiration for the...
Yeah, there was probably like a Super Sentai
Yeah.
that was like that.
Oh, the one that blew my mind one day when I'm flicking on TV and there's like a pirate ship one or something. And,
Yeah!
like, they're in the Zord, like, you know, the shot where they're in the Zords, and they go like a
Yeah! I think that
paddle
was
thing.
I think that was Megaforce.
That's it.
I think that was Megaforce.
I was like, what is this rubbish?
And with that, in that season, they could morph into other Power Rangers.
That
So
would be a sick ride.
they would morph, and then he could morph into like Mighty Morphin Red or whatever.
Oh, wow.
And he can.
So could
yeah.
the red only be a red?
I think so.
That would sort of make sense.
Yeah, I think so. I never watched
Is
it.
that Mighty Morphin Power Rangers? We don't care.
So when you say he turns into like original red,
Yeah.
as in Tyrannosaurus.
Yes, yes.
So his Zord is a Tyrannosaurus.
Well, I don't know if they did the Zords, but they did the costumes.
So it's just a costume change.
Essentially, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
It's just got like one part of the wrong Zoid matching up with the other parts.
That would have been the best.
But they wouldn't just be
We won't
costume. They'd
keep
have different abilities or whatever, right?
Yeah, probably different weapons.
Yeah.
Because this
They
was
got
like
their fruity stuff or
Yeah.
whatever.
this is like mid 2000s.
Playing a flute through a mask.
So I never watched Megaforce. Okay, yeah, back to
Space?
yeah. Turbo. After Turbo,
Yes.
it was in space.
Okay.
And in space, like obviously the production value was higher on the American side.
I hadn't even thought of that.
Yeah.
What do you mean in space? So like they lived on a space station instead of
They
the
have-
town?
They have a ship, right? Like
Uh-huh.
an Enterprise kind of thing. They have bridge scenes and everything, like Star Trek. And the
They
ship,
like is it just the Power Ranger team that lives on this ship?
yes.
Oh, so,
And they have like a robot as well, like another Alpha, because in every season there's an Alpha
Yeah.
robot.
so there's no like the school or like something like that,
Vulcan
like
Skull?
outside life.
Every now and then they go to Earth and they go to this, the town. Every now and then, but it's mainly on the spaceship.
Was there another one after space?
Yes.
It's still going.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
every year.
Stop.
It's
So
still
what
going.
else have we got since? Like
Ooh.
Ocean?
It's heaps.
So many, bro. After
Give me some.
Let's see if
give
I
me
can
some example,
remember.
please.
I think it's
This
like
is-
22 seasons
Yeah.
or anything.
every year without fail.
Oh, so every season was something different.
Yes. With the first season with Mighty Morphin, they stretched it into 2.
Okay.
by using
I was
footage.
going to say, because I felt a lot
Yeah.
longer than one season than all the stuff we used to watch when we were kids.
Using footage from another season of Super Sentai, but they didn't want to ditch the costumes because they were like, "Oh, the costumes are too iconic. Everyone is attached to these." So that's where the White Ranger comes from. He's from a different season. Okay, so if there's a scene with the White Ranger and the original Mighty Morphin, it's the American film stuff.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, very interesting.
Very good.
Yeah,
So we on our side, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers podcast. Dylan just teaches about Power Rangers.
Yes. Yeah, man, it's every year. Sometimes, like, a theme goes for, like, 2 years.
Yeah.
Like, I think it started with Samurai, Power Rangers Samurai. The second season, the second year of it would
So
be
there
called...
was a samurai.
That's what Dave was talking about.
Yeah, but that's more modern.
Ah.
Okay.
I thought you were asking about old stuff.
No.
He
Yeah.
was just asking in general, I think.
No, but I didn't expect them to go, oh, we have to make it to, like, the watermill in time, you know? Like,
Oh yeah, no,
like some
Edo.
old school, like, feudal Japan.
Oh, no, I thought
didn't
you meant
expect them to go
Like a
there.
recent years.
Like it came out in the
Last
90s or
5
whatever.
years.
I thought that's what you meant.
Oh, okay, I don't know.
It was, like, early 2000s, I want to say.
Yeah.
It was Power Rangers Samurai, and then the second season was Power Rangers Super Samurai.
Because it could be a bit boring if they
So when we get
running
after space?
around and-
Keep
After,
listening.
after In Space was, I think, Lost Galaxy?
So still in space.
Yes.
Well, they
So
spent
like,
space and space money.
Not
Yeah.
arguing.
And they're like, oh, cool, people liked In Space. Let's do another one, In
Yeah.
Space. And I've heard that one's really good. I haven't watched it. And then
Just anything after. I just want to know where they went from space.
I think after that was Lightspeed Rescue.
So in space.
I heard of that one.
That was
in, the,
obviously not in space.
in the Speed Force.
Not in space. And they're basically like emergency responders. So their Zords were like vehicles. Like really, like he's got a cool, really big fire truck and she's got a helicopter kind of thing. So it's a bit
the
more grounded.
Transformers-
Be like Transformers.
Wow.
Ratchet comes to
Yeah.
put somebody back together.
And that was good. I watched a couple episodes of that. And then Time Force came after that, I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% on any of these. Time Force was really good.
New, because obviously there's the original Rangers. So have we got, how many times have they changed people, like personnel, character-wise?
Like every season.
Yeah,
Right?
so
That's
it
what,
was a new
yeah,
batch,
was
yeah.
it's a new batch every time.
But they had like a
No.
recent crossover with like everyone.
Not every time. Okay, so with Mighty Morphin, this is going to be a long discussion.
Here we go.
Mighty Morphin, half the cast left in season
Why
2.
Nitin's drinking vodka?
So they had new Red Ranger, new Yellow Ranger, and new Black Ranger. Yeah. But they kind of carried on up until In Space.
Okay.
Okay. I think there was like 1 or 2 changes in between, but
Interesting.
yeah. Most of the time, it's a new cast.
Yep.
These days, you might get returning people like the
Yeah,
Green
yeah,
Ranger
yeah,
from the
yeah.
Mighty Morphin. He's always
Yep.
coming back. He
He
was
was a
in.
nice guy. I met him once.
Oh yeah.
He didn't steal you out?
No.
He didn't give you a
Dave
fully
didn't want
priced
anything off him, so there's no hat
commission?
given.
No, he actually like I got a free selfie with him. I was like, that's cool. Like
You didn't charge him.
didn't charge me.
So how's the book?
Yes.
Yes, let's talk about the actual book. So this is kind of origin story about one of the main villains in Space. She's Astronomer, and you know how everyone's like, "Oh, my first crush was a Mighty Morphin Pink Power Ranger."
Yeah.
My first crush was probably Astronomer.
Oh.
Yeah.
The bad guy girl?
Yeah,
Oh, Dylan.
because she
Likes
rocks
them
up
bad
and,
girls.
and she looks like a glam rock singer or something.
Oh, you have to put up some pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. No, she was cool, and it's
Of
basically
her, of
origin
her, not
story.
you.
What was that?
Of her, not you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Cool.
She's cool. It's about her and Ecliptor, who's like her mentor, and basically her training to fight Power Rangers and stuff.
How come why is she a bad? Like, why is she bad? What's her deal?
Okay.
Why is she against the Power Rangers?
You find out after watching In Space that she's like the Red Space Ranger's sister, and she was like kidnapped as a child and like
cool.
brainwashed into
Cool.
becoming a bad guy. It's really cool. She can't act, but it was cool.
It's Power Rangers.
It is Power Rangers. That's
Would
a
have
given.
stood out if she
That's
could
a
act.
given.
Yes.
That's a given.
Yeah.
Because Boom's done a pretty good job with the license. Like, when
Yeah.
they got that license a fair few years ago now, you're like, oh, yeah, Power
Yeah.
Rangers, whatever. But they've constantly churned out quality books.
I'm still surprised there's money in it.
Power Rangers as a brand
as
in
a
general.
property, yeah.
Because the name has got some recognition.
I already looked it up.
Because they change it all the
like-
time, keeps it fresh.
It looks like a
you
film
know,
that
it's
And it's like the Transformers thing where the people that grew up with it are adults now.
yeah.
You know.
I want my kids to like watch this.
So
Yeah, and I'm sure they're sitting there going, where's Tommy or whatever.
Yeah.
And
then people
that's
like-
why it comes back.
people like me buying the toys and the helmets and stuff too. It is just that it's become like Transformers now.
Yeah.
And
So
Sonic.
Still so popular
Yeah.
in the States.
And I would assume also very cheap to produce.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
For its return.
Yeah, especially if you're just taking footage off the Japanese.
Yeah,
film.
they're still doing that. Yeah.
And then like the other stuff, don't they film like a lot of seasons are filmed in New Zealand,
New Zealand.
and stuff.
I think that started with Ninja Storm.
I just like I'd like to know who gets the job of coming up with these names constantly.
Yeah!
That would not be fun.
Oh, there's some killer Japanese seasons that they just can't because it's too weird.
That I could see.
Yeah.
Like there was
that's
a
very
train one. There was a train season where all their Zords were trains,
How do they
like straight up steam trains.
Okay.
There was another one. It was all based around like astrology and stuff. So their Zords had these. I don't even know how to explain it. It's really weird.
So the
Alright.
train
Third moon
ones,
of Saturn.
the train ones, do they have to fight like where there's train tracks?
Yeah.
If it's in
I don't know.
there's
Or
no
when they
train stations,
transform,
are
they
they
have
like,
legs like a robot.
It's like night.
Yeah, yeah.
Once they
They
transform,
they combine. They always combine into
So this carriage
Megazord.
makes the legs, that's the body. Or
Yeah.
but they can only travel on train tracks.
when they trains.
Yeah, I have no idea.
You can imagine a crappy Australian like train Megazord. It's like, oh, train's never on time.
Especially if you
The
live in
city's half raised. It's like,
the best
train
is
on
the best is when you're in
platform
the city and you see all the nice trains go past. You know,
Oh,
in
yeah.
Southwest Sydney, you see the old rattler come through.
Shows
I
up with
prefer
like
those ones.
tag
That'd be the
all
one with
over.
the dodgy leg.
Yeah.
With the Zoid.
Yeah, that was really cool. I think it's actually tying into upcoming arc of I think normal Power Rangers.
Power Rangers?
So
There's-
Astronomer is going to show up.
Because
in
there's
that.
two books. There's Mighty Morphin and Power Rangers.
Yes.
Two different books these days from
Are
books.
they
course
tied
there is.
together?
Yes, same writer.
Yeah.
Before there were two separate titles. There was Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and Go-Go Power Rangers.
Much better idea.
Yeah, and Go-Go Power Rangers is definitely like the early kind of days. It's right after episode 1, so they're still figuring stuff out.
Yeah.
No Green Ranger. That was the main difference. Mighty Morphin, a couple years in, they know what they're doing. The storytelling is more serious. I personally like Go-Go a bit more because it was more like the show. It was like fun, you know?
But
But
the
the-
new stuff, I just don't like the names. Like Mighty Morphin
Yeah,
Power
it's
Rangers,
confusing.
it's just it's a bit not clear.
And they're both, you know, like, if you're a Power Rangers fan, you refer to the seasons as the you know, the
But
titles.
they
or
are,
whatever.
yeah.
So Mighty Morphin
It's Mighty Morphin.
is the Mighty Morphin era,
Power
right?
Rangers
Yeah.
umbrella.
And then,
term, right?
but Power Rangers is still the Mighty Morphin characters.
Weird.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. Alright. What about Dave? Dave did some reading. What did you read for
Dave
Dave?
is some reading.
X-Men Legends. You find out about Adam, and it turns out he's another Summers brother.
Yes.
Is that Adam
So-
or Atom?
Adam.
Up and at them.
Yeah, that's what I want to
So X-Men Legends, because Dave's not a good reviewer. Not that I am. It's like a flashback book. It's set back
Yeah.
in sort of the 90s.
Ah, context. Thank
Yes.
you.
So Adam X Extreme, or whatever. What was his name? Was it Extreme?
Oh no, I just remember Adam.
Adam
X.
X.
But there's a few references.
He was so
like,
90s.
Yeah, absolutely.
X.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
got his
excellent.
baseball cap and...
What?
Arnett sunglasses.
Yeah, he's
There
Like
are
half
references
half
in
jacket.
like 90s X-Men
Yeah.
comics that they prelude to here. But yeah, is this before Vulcan?
Oh, yes.
Okay, cool.
Because in the 90s, like back, in the heyday of X-Men being the most popular thing in comics, there was always rumored to be a third Summers brother, and when Adam X come on, he was clearly, that's where they were leading you to. Whether it was going to be a red herring or not, who knows. And then it disappeared, and nothing was mentioned for like a decade until Brubaker did the Rise and Fall of Shi'ar, or Deadly Genesis before that, sorry, and brought Vulcan in, who I really like.
Did they do anything with him recently?
Yeah, he's been in Hickman stuff. He lives at the Summers house with all the Summers and Wolverine.
I don't mind Booth as an
Jean Grey's
artist,
daddy.
Yes.
but it's a bit.
You didn't know about that? They have a house. They share a house.
All together.
They have.
Yes.
There was a map
Yes.
layout of the room in the middle. Jean Grey's bedroom on the side. Scott Summers' bedroom on the other side, connected to Jean's bedroom. Logan's bedroom.
Doorway in both the
Into
men's
both.
rooms to her room.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the deal in Hickman's X-Men.
How did you not know about this? How did you
Because
not mention
I'm
this?
about 2 months away from.
No, but
getting-
how have we not spoken about it to you?
We have.
Just
We have.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Yeah.
And like
Sweet.
a Gene will be the like that was sort of the buzz about it when the book first started, and then when you seen the map, it was pretty much confirmed. Like that's what's going on.
Cucking, nice.
Yes, but like just a recent
Wow.
issue. Finally, we sort of there's like Wolverine and Gina hooking up and stuff, and it's all a bit weird, but
Wow, okay.
whatever.
It's purple.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes,
Well, back to this. This is a
Yes.
bro adventure with
yes.
brothers. Booth's art, I don't mind it.
I
But
like Booth.
sometimes it could be a bit too. I don't know.
I think that's good, Booth. He has his days.
It's good, yeah, but
His heads are a bit
Just look days.
sometimes. The heads are a bit
Probably a
squashed.
bit
I've
too
always found
detailed.
his heads a bit.
The heads remind me of Casada's heads.
like it could be a tad bit cleaner. Like he doesn't have to like
No,
put
no.
It
detail
looks
on
like
everything. You know?
Early 90s style in a today's book.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Like I said, it's a flashback, so
Yep.
that kind of makes sense. But yeah, it's
I
especially the
appreciate
hair.
Yeah, I appreciate the detail he's put in it, but to me, it doesn't need that much, you know. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah. Oh, like the team spreads.
Just looks like
Spreads
comic
are
book
great.
art
Yeah,
to me,
yeah.
you know? Like,
Yeah, I like it.
I get 90s art sort of gets, you know, a lot of crap thrown its way, and a lot of it justified.
Absolutely.
But there was something about them. They just did pop off the page. Like,
They were
you
just-
flick through a
yeah.
book, they look exciting.
They were just pin-ups.
Yeah.
I do like.
Like, how good is that,
That's
right?
excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what you're looking at. You're like, oh, yeah, very 90s.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
perfect for that.
Yeah.
He did New 52 stuff here and there. I think I remember seeing him do Superman, and he just
Yeah.
wasn't. I didn't
Because
like
his
it.
Superman would have been too skinny.
Yes.
'Cause
Because real, like,
everything-
young looking in the
yeah.
face.
I find everybody's skinny-ish. It's
So,
weird.
at the end of that, is it the end or is there more issues?
It's a...
It's like a
Mini,
series. Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I can't
Okay,
remember if
because
it's
it looks
mini or
like the last page is like, okay, there should be more because
Yes, yes.
it's been found. But
You read issue 1?
yes, I did.
Oh, I'm surprised, Dave.
Like, you know, there's a Lost
Good
Summers
job, Dave.
brother.
Yes.
Yeah, the Lost Summers. But every time they've met Cosette,
Oh,
hasn't
yeah,
he just
right,
said, "There's another"? Where's your other brother? Or has he not mentioned
Oh, well,
the other sibling?
You just don't worry about it.
Okay. Yeah, I saw the X-Men Legends #3. It's like, oh yeah, there is.
Usually,
I did
yeah.
think that. I was like, I'm pretty sure there's an ad in
Yeah.
the book.
This really does look so 90s.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
It really does.
in a really good way.
yeah.
If the coloring was a bit brighter,
Less gradients and stuff.
Yeah.
Because there is a lot of gradients and fading and stuff.
Didn't you read anything
I read Flash.
You read Flash?
besides one book?
No.
Where are you?
Um,
We do any reading? We catching up?
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
get back
Like,
to the Wayback Machine.
The Fomi Time Machine.
April now, 2019. So Hulk, yeah, 14 and 15. No Road Home for Avengers is really
Yep.
good. Actually, a lot better than I expected it to be. And then Old Man Quill.
Oh, yes, yes,
That's my
yes.
second seeing of Fing Fang Foom from Better Ray Bill in a week. There you got Fing Fang Foom fighting in a full gladiator style battle in like issue 3.
Oh, yeah.
It was really, really cool.
And
Taskmaster.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. I was going
Yeah.
to say, someone with a skeleton face was in there. Who was
Taskmaster.
it?
Well, what was the Ghost Rider gang
Yes.
that got them because they whooped them in a town, and then they come back in the hundreds and got him, and then it gave him to Taskmaster. So yeah, that's getting really good. And actually, Spidey at the moment. Spidey
yeah.
Hunted. It's where Craven comes back, and he's like captured like throughout the last like 10 issues, all the different villains that are connected to an animal, which seems to be a lot of Spider-Man villains, which is really crazy, have all been getting captured. And now Craven set up this full hunted style with all like the people like the pricks that would go over to Africa and shoot a giraffe.
Yeah.
All those kind of people. He's got them in like they've blocked off Central Park, and he's let like everyone loose, including Spidey. And then all these like people set up like snipers are there after trying to take them all down.
Because it's like a VR type of deal,
Yeah.
right? Like the rich guys are not in the park.
there.
Oh.
They're like at the
They're
hotel
controlling
or wherever.
kind
Like a
of
robot?
Yeah,
Okay.
essentially.
But yeah, they like the biggest. You know, like the whole thing with Craven in the old days was the biggest game of all is superheroes.
Yeah.
So same thing. Yeah, you're right. Like
That's
all those
cool.
dudes that are killing giraffes or whatever they
So,
can.
so like
stick on the
Spidey
wall.
gets dropped in, and then he just turns around. And there's like 50 different of his villains, like even the low level, everyone.
Yeah.
And they're
Kangaroo?
Yep.
Hey.
Al, who else like the rabbit?
Frogman?
Hey.
Frogman?
Haven't seen him yet, but like
Whatever his name was.
Gibbon's got a big part
Yeah.
to play.
And like, they're all about to attack Spidey, and then they turn around. It's like, if you don't think they're here for me, they're here for all of us. And then it's on.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, because they think it's like they're sweet. They're just gonna rip Spidey.
That's all they were there. They had 50 people taking out Spidey. No. So
all he is are dead. You're all animals.
So it's building slowly, and there's other really good side of it with actually the last bit with Black Cat's been good too, but with Kingpin as Mayor and some other backstory there. Yeah, slowly growing, and I know it stays pretty slow for that main story, which is fine because there's other good stuff going on. But yeah, Spidey at the moment's pretty good.
The best bit,
Otley's art's good too.
Oh yeah, you've already got to that. Yeah. The Sun stuff.
Oh,
how good is that?
So it's 2 years ago, so I can talk about it. So it talks a bit of a Craven backstory and talks about how he lost different parts of his family. And the last bit was he was getting clones made of his son, or yes, essentially clones. So he had 87 sons and sent them all out into the world, brought them all back in, and like one son knocks on the door with like a sack and throws a sack down. It's just full of skulls.
Killed all his
like,
brothers.
Where's all the rest of your brothers? He's like, they weren't worthy. He's like, oh, my son.
You're a real Craven.
You're the chosen one.
Yeah.
Like, that is just sensational. Yeah. So, yeah, really cool stuff for Craven. And good that they've like just continued on the story for him. Like, they haven't just tried to rehash old Craven stuff. They're really trying to give him a good finale.
And like modernize him, like because when he's the businessman and he's doing the selling, like it doesn't feel contrived that you're trying to make the Jungle Man a bit like it just you're like it works. He's a smart dude. Before he become a crazy hunter, he was aristocrat. So he's not just a dumb brute. Like he was sort of more from that world. It was good to see. Yeah, it's probably the best arc maybe of this stuff. I feel.
Do you remember what they did to him in Spectacular Spider-Man? They made him like a half lion man.
Yes.
That was weird.
Yes. Now I'm just going to think of Spectacular Spider-Man all day, though.
And now I've got a stack of Venom trades there, so I'm just going to catch right up and try and finish King of Black in the next couple of weeks.
Yes.
Yes.
King of Black, issue 5 coming this week.
That's right, so.
Is that last issue?
Yeah. And Venom this week as well, which is the second last Venom for Capes, I think.
Because I've been trying to read everything in order, and I don't want to go too far forward with Venom and stuff because it ties into War of Realms and Carnage and stuff. But I'm just getting sick of not knowing what's going on.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, so
because I don't know how you can do that. Like read sort of month by month. Like, oh man, like, when I'm catching up on old stuff, I just like bang, I'll just smash out 10 FFs, whatever. I get why you do it, but I couldn't do it.
It does mix it up a little bit though too, because you
That's true.
And also, if you've just read a Spidey book, there's another Spidey book in there. It's like, no, I'll flick through more. Oh, Doctor Strange. I feel like reading Doctor Strange now.
Different flavour.
You could just put a couple of those on the counter, and then any of us could take a couple. No. If you're just going to offer them to Dave.
I don't know if you guys want.
Well, you never know if you don't ask.
It is Easter.
Easter, boys. It's time for sharing and giving. No, we don't want anything.
I just did a giant spot Iron Man head.
Alright, what's next? Stop eating chocolate.
Tell me what to do. I do what I want.
It's Easter.
The changes happening at Marvel.
Yes. Obviously, I forgot to mention it last week on the pod. News broke that Marvel are sort of leaving Diamond, but sort of not. They've hooked up with Penguin Random House to be their distributor for comics and trades, but Diamond will still be able to stock comic shops. I think that they buy from Random and then sell on to Thing. So details are still to be finalised on what's going to happen, where. But either way, we go with the new ones. Should be no problem. Or we stick with Diamond and everything's exactly the same. I'm not that fast. It's not that big of a deal. We went through it all with DC, and besides a few hiccups and a few sort of shipping delays, but also not just due to the Thing. The world also went crazy in the same time. But it all went pretty smooth there. So I'm lazy, so we'll probably stick with Diamond, so I have to do less work.
In the grand scheme of things, for you guys, probably
no difference.
A couple clerical things for us to worry about, but that's about it.
Yeah.
And admin.
Yes. Yeah. But then, because honestly, without knowing what Diamond's sort of response is going to be on pricing for us and shipping costs and all that sort of stuff, like if they're about the same, like I know what I'm getting from Diamond. Yeah. I know some people in some stores and some customers in the whole comic world have their knocks on Diamond, and they're not perfect. But personally, I think they've always done a pretty good job. I know people going about the monopoly and stuff, but this is actually real competition. The Luna thing wasn't.
Yeah.
Because I didn't get to choose really who I got my DC books from.
Yes.
But this, my Marvel books, I actually am getting custom as a purchaser. You do have choice. I can go Random House at their deals at 50%, or Diamond and whatever deals they're going to sort of come.
Because something
towards.
might happen down the track, and you could end up changing. If they start
Exactly.
changing up and realizing they're not getting as many purchases, they could change their deals around a bit and.
It's definitely, I think, more changes coming to
sure.
distribution.
Oh, yes,
better chance of changes coming with it getting split.
Yeah.
100%.
Well, Scout just signed. They're going to also be available through Luna, Scout Comics.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Pretty smaller, independent. It's sort of been getting a bit of buzz the last year or two with some of their books. But the other day I was like, okay, so I think they're going to be both dual and Diamond and Luna, but interesting. But stay tuned. But as far as we're concerned, you shouldn't notice a difference, really.
Yeah.
I'm sure there'll be hiccups along the way at first.
Like with the Luna
with whatever, stuff? Yeah. Because even if, say, we go to Random Penguin House, they're a big distribution. They know what they're doing. They get books out to bookshops all around the world. But they'll have some, things they'll have to kink out here and there. But in Diamond, even for Diamond, who knows how their structure will go? Will they have to get, with the books shipped from the printer to Penguin to Diamond? That could change their release schedule, or will it just go from the printer to Diamond like it does now? So, any information can come to hand over the next few weeks, but should be no worries.
Maybe it's too early to ask, but is previews going to change with
I would say no, because
you still
Diamond is still
through Diamond.
They're still a on seller. Because I must say that was the worst part about DC leaving was not them having in previews. Yeah. It's a minor thing. And they put out their poster. They stopped them doing their poster.
So it's just online now.
Yeah. DC Connect, DCConnect.com if you want to check out the DC. That is good. It makes it a lot more accessible for your readers to just go and check out what they got coming. You don't have to buy previews, and obviously we have the previews on the shop counter, but you can just check out DC Connect anytime at your leisure, at home, on the toilet, or whatever you do. So DC Connect if you're a DC man. But that's about it. We'll see what happens in the future, but all good.
We'll keep you guys posted.
Speaking of previews though, Dylan.
Yes.
Your previews. What took your fancy?
What did take my fancy? There is one very exciting thing that if you guys are watching on YouTube, it'll probably explain the really weird thumbnail. Let me see if I can find it.
Oh, I like it.
Not the 60 pages of X-Men.
You didn't see it when I was making it?
No, I don't think I did.
Okay, so you guys... Jason knows. I'm not sure if you guys heard of them. World's Smallest. They basically make really, really small, tiny versions of things. Right? In the past, they've done... What have they done? Transformers, like little action figures, right? That are like that tall. But they're also in they have a package
so that tall is
box
about
as well.
A centimetre?
So, I've seen pictures of people posing them with 6-inch action figures and they're holding the box and it's the right size.
Yes.
It's pretty cool.
Do they transform?
No, of course not.
What's
Are
the
they
point?
posable?
What's the point of a transformer if
I
it
think
doesn't
there's
transform?
maybe
Are there points of
arm,
articulation?
maybe? I think, I'm not sure if articulation would be the correct term.
Why don't you have a look, Dave, at the world's smallest Richard Simmons action figure
Hell yeah.
and tell me what you think. They are producing.
Doesn't look posable.
People should boycott that product because those people are keeping Richard Simmons hostage in his own house.
What
now?
What?
Didn't you about this?
It's just like Casey Kasem all over again.
Yeah, he used to always be on stuff, right?
Yeah.
He sort of went a bit recluse and
Is this
he's...
like Britney?
Yeah, sort of. Like it's his housekeeper or something. I don't know. Obviously, he came out and was like, no, it's all good. I'm not.
Like Stan?
Huh?
Like what was the deal with Stan Lee?
Yeah, sort of. A bit like that. And I think, I don't know. It's at the time I'm thinking, didn't smell right. And I think that's what people were saying. People were making a bit like, this is not right. But he came out and was like, cool, and what can you do? He's like, look, I'm alive.
Yeah.
I just don't want to go out anymore.
Fair
And I think, I would assume maybe he's getting older. He was he was the fitness guy. It's not like he ever had the ripped up body or anything.
Yeah.
But he could have gotten older and, maybe not want to be seen in public.
What's on your mind for me?
Well, look, that's great. But there's a Bob Ross one.
What, you
Bob Ross is overrated.
No, you ranking Bob Ross over Richard Simmons.
Every day of the week.
Internet scam.
Have you watched it?
Yeah, it's crazy.
No internet scam. It's proofs in the pudding, mate. Bob Ross.
Yeah, no, but it's just boring TV. What do I want somebody paint?
It's relaxing.
It's relaxing.
Yeah,
I'm going to
man.
sleep. I watch him to go to sleep.
Oh,
so
man.
many
Bob Ross is
times.
the best.
He's got like
It's a
on.
soothing
No,
voice.
I can think
No,
of way more
no
fun things to do to
mistakes,
go to
just
sleep.
happy accidents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I do to go to sleep?
Close my eyes.
Turn the lights off. Turn everything off.
Rick and Morty.
Doesn't work.
Once you get addicted
Simpsons,
to
Rick and Morty. Can't go wrong.
listening to things or watching things, it's hard to not. But anyway, back to previews.
Yeah.
Enough of our sleep patterns.
That was the main thing I wanted to show you guys. And I guess in Marvel previews,
Yes.
upcoming X-Men event. Hooray, another one. This one's a dinner party that goes for 12 issues or something.
Like legit dinner party.
It's called the
It's a
Hellfire.
Hellfire Gala.
Hellfire
Yes.
Gala.
They're going to
Right.
invite us all to a dinner party. Hey, the Hellfire know how to put on a good spread, I reckon.
Absolutely. But
I'll be going.
Yeah, you see what Emma Frost is wearing over
Yeah.
there?
Or not wearing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She got hair.
It's
Well,
on
No,
here.
she's got earrings on. Yeah, she's got earrings.
She got gloves.
The shoes.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
who's
high
doing?
heels.
Who you reckon's doing the cooking? Toad.
Oh, no, the Hellfire Club would,
Caterers.
would get caterers. Or I'm sure there's there's a mutant.
I want,
Is there a
I
mutant
want the whole
chef or
logistics.
something? If they
How
got a
is this-
mutant.
is this-
It does look
On
like quite a
Krakoa?
face.
it was like an X-Men embassy.
I'm not sure.
I want logistics out of all this.
I'm a couple of issues behind X-Men, I'm a bit behind. So
They're having a gala.
looked into
I
it
want
too much.
like
You want to
who's doing the advertisement? Who's doing
Um,
invitations?
The fact that it's a Hickman, is it Hickman like rowing the main?
There isn't really a
Yeah.
main, it's a crossover
in
over
their own books, I think.
multiple title.
Okay,
Yeah.
interesting.
Strange. Very
There's-
strange.
There's ways you can go,
No,
and,
like-
and they went away.
I think the Hellfire Club stuff has been some of the most interesting subplots since the start of, at least since House and Powers finished. You know, with Kitty being the Red Queen and her and Emma sort of working together to try to sort of outmaneuver Shaw. So I'd say some of that stuff, some of the plot threads are probably going to come to a head at this big dinner party, I reckon. So I think it actually might shake it up and give that X-Men a bit of a kick to move along that I think it needs a bit. I thought that's what sort of X was sort of going to do. You know, we'd been building up to that. And that sort of did. And that, because that sort of wrapped up the Apocalypse subplot that had been going on with Excalibur and him and stuff. So they did that event and that wrapped up that. So I think this will fix that up and then we can maybe get some Moira McTaggart, please?
Yes, please.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, Hickman. That's all. That's the main thing
Yeah.
I'm interested in.
That's
Made me
what-
excited about a Moira McTaggart book.
Yes. Where is she?
That's what got me
Locked
excited.
up. Yeah.
You know, when I was reading House of Powers, and then she just has not shown up anywhere.
I bought the 2 miniseries for that one issue.
Yeah.
Sold me on the entire series.
That's so great.
It was very
11
good.
Lives of Moira
The
McTaggart.
only thing I didn't like about Hickman's original run is that it sort of finalized like the status quo. Like, it's established. They got a home. They got rules. They
Yes.
got and like everyone's on sort of the same page.
Yes.
And yeah, there is like the Avenger mutiny and fracture and all that, but like there wasn't like a big bad on the other side, or you know, like. So
Yes.
this might kick it. you know,
Yes.
you
Yeah,
know,
I
so-
do think it will. It feels like it's time to turn the page to the next
Yeah.
phase.
Because it's like, where do you go from there?
Yeah.
You know.
'Cause
Also, sorry, what were you saying?
no, go.
I feel like they should be button heads with Avengers by now. Because at first, you know, they had medicine
Yes.
that can, like, cure cancer.
Yes.
But they're not giving it to everybody.
But they are giving it to people.
Are they? To
That's,
some
that's
people?
what Kitty Pryde's doing.
Oh, secretly?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's the whole
okay,
point
okay.
of the Kitty
Marauders.
Marauders thing.
Okay.
And the whole point of the Hellfire Club. They're making money on the black market, but obviously Shaw's into the sussness of, well, let's make some sus money. But really, it was Xavier's plan to, we can't not get these people stuff.
Oh,
Just because
okay.
their country don't sign up to our deal, we still got to
Okay.
make it available. At a higher price, I assume, so I'm not sure how noble it is.
Yes.
But they're not, like, Australia didn't sign.
You
no-
don't
no
get-
vaccine for you.
Yeah, okay, okay.
They just, you got to deal with some backwater stuff, I guess.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So, like, the Hellfire stuff's a big thing, so I do think something big will happen out of this, and it's going to
quite
move on to the
dull.
next section.
You've seen Quinton again. I like Quinton.
Yeah, he's good. He's one of the best bits in X-Force.
He is.
He dies, like, every second issue. But
He didn't friggin' Wolverine and the X-Men, was it?
yeah.
Yeah, it was X-Men.
Yeah. I will X was.
That was a very good book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jack Barron. Good stuff.
Cartoon as well.
Anything else in there from the Marvel section took your fancy?
There was a new Cap mini-series, kind of another
yeah, that sounds...
another thing to celebrate 80 years of Cap.
Yes.
Very exciting. It's called The United States of Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that clever? I'm not sure if
yeah,
Dave's
he's
got
walking
that.
around America visiting other Captain Americas in their neighborhoods.
Yeah.
We're protecting the neighborhoods.
Yes.
And Alex Ross covers.
Always good.
Incredible.
Yeah, but-
Fantastic.
Yes. Because they've got a lot of... Because this is the one with the new Captain America. They've
and
got
people don't realise what's going on.
You know, they see a headline on Bleeding Cool or whatever. Oh, there's going to be a gay Captain America. Oh, outrage, outrage. You get the pitchforks ready.
Yeah.
But then, like, read the book and he's not Captain America. It's just what he represents to his community, his thing.
Well, read the article instead of just the headline.
Yes. But, you know, outrage.
Don't give an actor from a fictional character that hasn't done anything wrong death threats if we're talking
I
about
can't believe that.
USA.
Oh, man.
We'll talk about the show later.
Yeah.
But that is an absolute joke that people are actually giving that guy death threats.
Yes.
For a character that hasn't actually done anything yet.
No.
Like, if he had taken a crap on the Shield, then I can understand people going, oh, I can get upset about a fictional character.
Yeah.
But to give a real person death threats, people are crazy.
And man, like, at some point you need to realise as an audience member that I'm meant to
Feel different ways.
they're not
right.
be happy about this. It's not the actor's fault.
No.
You know?
Yeah,
Like,
no.
I don't understand that.
Yeah.
It's intentional for you to not be happy with that.
Yes. Well, the end of Captain America run coming up.
Yes! I can't wait for that!
Yana, like, I just want to see who's on the book next.
Yeah.
He's been on the book for a long time. Coates. He's a good writer, but I just don't think he's meant for comics. He can write well, but it's just so slow and so boring.
I'd say the first 10 or so issues were pretty solid.
Yeah. And nothing happened.
Yeah, and then it just got a bit weird. He gave up the shield, gave up the uniform.
Yeah.
I just don't like it when comics do
Captain
that.
America's just getting bossed around by everybody.
Yeah.
He's like the least important character in his own book.
I'm just excited because I can start buying Captain America again.
Yeah. I hope they put something good on it.
Well,
It was
that depending, of course.
So good at first. Lionel Yu was on it.
Yeah.
It was great.
The covers has always been great by Ross, but
Yeah.
So he's finishing up that finally. So I'm looking forward to that.
Speaking of Ross,
Yes.
it's cover to Mortal Hulk 47, it looks like.
Yes.
And it says it's coming to the end.
Yes. Mortal Hulk.
Yeah.
Rumoured to, I think last year's sale was going to finish at 50. Which actually, I like the idea of it, especially a book that different for the character and that out there. It can't go on. And because it has had times during its run, why I think it's Marvel's best book the last 5 years or whatever it's been. There's been times where you're like, this book's just a bit weird. Just a bit weird. Can't I just have him smashing a tank and yelling at Thunderbolt Ross?
No.
He goes to
No.
hell and
No.
like mutates into a John Carpenter monster.
Yes. Eats a planet or something. I'm not sure still what happens in issue 20 or whatever that
It
was.
just... I may as well go again because it's been on every issue so far. So if you're not reading Immortal Hulk, start reading Immortal Hulk. It is sensational. That's just half of the stuff that goes on.
Yeah.
Like it's so deep. It's amazing, like little psalms and quotes throughout the book, and
It's got a real gothic, like
Yes.
Lovecraft kind of feel.
that real, and then just that horror theme, and then everything background story of Hulk comes to fruition as well. Characters you haven't seen,
Yeah.
other characters coming back from the dead.
Yeah.
Like I think issue 15, the return of Rick Jones. It's just so
there's
damn
crazy
good.
Rick Jones stuff coming up.
It is, yeah. So it's about to finish. 50 issues. Get some trades. No chance getting the single issues at the start. So unless you got too much money, get the trades and enjoy because it is a crazy, crazy book. And yeah, and ties in well with other things. Like I said before, No Road Home. The Hulk in that is the exact Mortal Hulk. So there's some real badass stuff in that as well, which is really cool.
So the other main Marvel book actually I wanted to talk about was the sort of Predator. Predator was in here, but it has unfortunately announced a day or two ago that it has been delayed.
Oh, really?
It's been pushed back. We're not sure why exactly.
It's like 3 months though.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
So it's obviously either something has bigs happened or they weren't happy with what they got, or it could just be, to tie up with something else.
Yeah, it might be like a movie.
Yeah, you never know,
something,
right?
yeah.
Like these sort of things with, it's all Disney, but still a licensee type of thing. Anything can kick it out of whack.
There's a lot of different parts of licensing. So
Yes, exactly. Though it also pushes back the variants the list of variants
yeah.
of all the Predator variants on Spidey and whatever, they're going to be resolicited later as well, I do believe.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
There's no
what's the point promoting a book that's
Yeah.
not coming? A shame, because Ed Brisson,
Yep.
I was looking forward to that. And I'm sure we'll get it and be interested to see what happens it is.
Brisson's last Iron Fist was excellent, so yeah.
I think that's about all the main new Marvel books. We've got Marvel Voices Pride, issue 1. It's a one-shot. Lots of different creators on that. Lots of cool characters. North Star, Dakin, Daken. What do you say? What do you call him?
I say
Daken.
Dakin.
Dakin?
Like bacon.
Yeah, I say Dakin.
Daken.
I just thought like the
Daken.
Econ around the corner.
Daken.
Darken.
Daken.
Daken?
Yeah.
Because I reckon Daken is how it would be said, but
Yeah, like
the
in
Aussie
Japanese.
is just Dakin, mate.
Dakin.
Dakin.
Best of him was in Siege back in the day, and the
Ah.
Punisher.
Ah.
He just slices him up in an alleyway and just leaves. That was just before one of the
Worst books ever made.
worst book, Franken Punisher.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But how good was that fight, though? Like,
It's an excellent. Everything
that
about
Johnny
that.
Romita issue, and then
Yeah.
just
So
Siege was sensational,
And like, yeah, that's the outcome that will happen.
of course.
But
But
it's a
the
terrible.
storyline afterwards, Redeemer just
Has-
couldn't redeem anything.
has Dakin been in any cartoons or anything?
ooh.
Because I just want to know what they would say it
I can't
as.
think of anything.
I don't think so,
No.
but I haven't seen
No
them all.
Wolverine the X-Men or
No, I don't think
no,
so.
don't think so.
Okay.
But I
Because
mean,
the amount of characters or stuff I learned by
Cartoons,
you're
yes.
like, that's not right.
Mr. Mix's Spitlick.
Yes.
Okay. Superman animated series taught me how to say that.
Superboy, the TV series.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
But sometimes it's wrong. How annoying! Like we'll talk about the show when we get there. How annoying is goddamn Invincible? His name's Cecil.
Yeah.
It's not Cecil.
Yeah, Cecil. Goddamn.
Seesaw.
Yeah. Anyway, back to previews. The other big thing, I guess, in previews is Free Comic Book Day. Usually first Saturday in May. This year, obviously, there was no Free Comic Book Day last year for obvious reasons. And this year, pushed back a little later to August 14 is the announced date. I guess we'll have to suss that out. But I think just to give America a bit more time to get the vaccine up and running and hopefully get their stuff in a bit better shape. Plus, summertime probably helps them with that as well. But so the Free Comic Book Day a little later than normal this year, but looking forward to it. Should be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Turtles figure pack then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan of how the chest kind of looks. It looks a bit weird.
Yeah. Because
Have a
they're
look at
just
that.
Playmates version that they're trying to make
Oh.
out to
Yeah.
the thing.
Wait,
disappointing.
so what? Is it free merch?
No, we can
It's just
Dave,
special.
calm down.
sell it.
Calm down.
Cool's got a young shirt for this year and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
Are we doing an in-store or is that still up in the air?
We'll talk about it during the weeks
Alright.
coming up.
Cool. What time?
Alright, Image. On the, I guess, soon to be heels of, or pre-heels to this new show on Netflix. Jupiter's Legacy returns with Requiem, Mark Miller back, Tommy Lee Edwards. More Jupiters.
Anybody read
for the
that?
world?
I can't believe out of all the Miller books to get chosen
That's
next,
what's going?
it's this.
I think I read the first one and I totally forgot about it.
Did they not get Superior Nemesis?
Nemesis.
Yeah, this is what I want. But I would happily take Superior.
I just
Happily.
Nemesis, I think, is a bit too problematic to do
Yeah.
But the amount of
without
like,
toning it down a lot.
but you got the boys. Out,
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
creature.
It's different.
Yeah.
They changed it, but it's still
doable.
yes.
So yeah, so I'm like, they can do
Well,
Nemesis if
the
they
Joker
change a lot.
movie was a huge success. You know, like, you could tone down some of the over the topness and go a little more into the darker realness of. But yes, Nemesis.
So to answer your question for everyone, no, I don't think anyone read it.
No.
Yeah, me neither.
I bought it, but I'm missing an issue, and I never.
Hate when that happens.
And I was like, I'll track that down.
Apparently you worked in some sort of store that could try and get them.
But I've got
probably
to dig
late
it out
now.
which box it is. Yeah, it's probably worth too much money now. Damn.
Yeah, especially the show's filming. And
I'll buy the
stuff.
trades. We've got the trades in.
Buy the trades.
Yes. The other big Image book, Spawn Universe #1. Obviously, if you didn't hear, Toddy's bringing multiple Spawn books out.
Is
Yes,
McFarlane
yes,
doing
right.
the art of this
No.
one?
No, he's not doing that on anything.
That's the question.
He's too busy playing with toys in his
I'm
in
sure
his
he's
room
doing
with a video
some
camera.
art, but Universe is a one-shot that then will lead into 3 new ongoings. You're going to get King Spawn, Gunslinger Spawn, and The Scorched, which I think is a Spawn team book.
Right.
So, like, 5 Spawns. I don't know who they're fighting if you've got 4 or 5 Spawns in your team. Like, that's going to be
Other spawns?
Yeah. But he's bringing in some big guns. He's pulling in a lot of friends and top tier creators for this sort of stuff.
Jimmy Chung.
Yeah, Jimmy Chung.
Oh.
How many pages is he doing?
J. Scott Campbell doing some covers. I do believe Campbell's actually supposedly doing a panel inside.
One panel? Oh!
A page, sorry.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure that was what I remember.
Oh,
at
I mean,
the
that
announcement.
was one panel.
But I'll believe it when I see
What's
it.
the odds on it being a female? In the panel?
Well, you would. Yeah,
Well, he did the cover. Yeah.
Guys.
Yeah, J. Scott Campbell.
You know,
And all the
Zoe's-
bearings. Look, cover A, B, C, and D. So it must be 4 chicks on the covers.
Nice.
Or maybe they're just different colour versions of that.
Possibly.
Yeah, wearing different t-shirts like that Carnage and Venom.
Yes.
I'm very surprised he hasn't gone like a Kickstarter out for like.
Todd.
Yeah.
Well, he did for the toy.
Because like I think Mignola has one up at the moment for a Kickstarter.
I
think-
bugger these comic book creators and their Kickstarters. Not those ones
I'm
that
the
don't
opposite.
need
You share
to.
those when you see those, Dave.
No. To people like that, what does Todd McFarlane need to do a Kickstarter for?
Yeah, man.
That's just milking money out of your customers by
that's-
making them think they're important to it happening.
Yeah.
Where they're just buying the product.
But yeah, they do it for.
I know, but he's already making money. Spawn comes out every month and has for 25 years.
while.
'Cause
What's he need me to give him money before he
Yeah.
makes Spawn?
The point of Kickstarter is, like, you don't have the money
Yes.
and you need the money to do it.
And originally stuff that would never get the funding through traditional means of fund, like investment, you know? That was the point.
Like back when they were a bit more niche, like you have your old school, like, NES throwback style kind of games, like Shovel Knight, I believe, was
Shovel Knight
Kickstarter.
was.
That blew up, and then after that, anybody is bringing
Oh,
a game
board
like that
games
out.
are
Yeah.
you know, like board games dominate Kickstarter.
Yes.
And like at first you get it,
Still
but
butthurt.
some of these mobs like, you know, Simon or whatever, that every 3 months they got a new Kickstarter.
they have
Like,
it-
why
they
don't you
have
just
the
make the
system.
product, bro?
They do.
You don't need to Kickstart it. It's a
their
scam.
system. Yeah.
Anti-Kickstarter.
Because someone's still waiting for their He-Man.
No, he even hasn't started yet. I did get scammed on
Turtles, sorry.
not Turtles, Terminator. Terminator and Evil Dead.
I'm so happy I cancelled that Kickstarter on the Terminator.
Yeah, don't talk to me about it.
Can you claim it back? Just try with it.
No, that's,
luck with that.
don't get me
luck
started.
with that.
That's the other thing, because they don't take. That annoys me the most about them.
There's
They take
2 hands up and
nothing.
yeah.
They take your
Hands
money.
up,
They
2
take
steps
their
backwards.
cart. But if the
Oh, you don't
if-
go to the game. You go to the bank and go, hey, my
It's already gone.
that's
mate,
gone.
it's gone.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm trying to get mine back.
Good luck, though.
Nah. But I think it's a scam
Get
that
back to us
they
in 2 years
just.
and have gone with that, mate.
They got to take some responsibility.
I think that's mainly about it for previews. There's some merch
yeah?
that's up for order now that we've spoken about before. Scarlet Witch.
Sonic 30th anniversary. Come on. Everybody's favorite
That's a big
Sonic.
deal.
Sonic. Sega.
Hedgehog.
Hey man, people like him.
It's a good movie.
Is it?
It was
I
fun.
haven't watched it
It
yet.
was
It's fun.
alright, yeah.
Especially since you love Jim Carrey so much. It definitely
Oh
worth the
no,
job.
yeah, that's why I haven't watched it.
That's good.
Nitin, what about you? You gonna order this Steranko or what?
I don't know.
Steranko, Nick
Yeah.
Fury, Agent of Shield, Artisan Edition.
Oh, that's
Pretty cool.
It's gonna look
pretty cool.
nice.
How much is it?
Price is
It's
now.
a hard cut.
$40 US.
That's not bad. It's not bad.
You gonna get someone for the shelf?
Well, I might buy one for myself. I haven't decided yet. I was hoping you would buy one so then I could look at yours. But I see we're playing Knifey Spoony.
Scarlet Witch Marvel Select is up for order
Yes.
in there. Along with the Snyder Cut action figures
Yes.
from McFarlane.
Yes. We just ordered them during the week. The McFarlane's.
I knew they put a
Snyder
black
Cut.
suit Superman in there.
That
for
black
a
suit
reason.
Superman looks pretty damn
I'm
good.
going to get the normal one. I don't want the black suit one.
Really?
Nice.
Well,
Just get a
no.
black suit and cut the cape off.
I already have a black... Do I already have a black suit?
No, that's why you're going to buy this one.
I think
Oh,
I
you can
do.
buy this Mayfex one then.
Yeah.
I think I do have a black
See that
suit one, but he
Mayfex?
had a normal
Did you
hair.
see the Mayfex one?
It's like $200 or something because
Yes.
it's Japanese.
Yes.
No, I don't think I've seen
Oh,
it.
what about these? We've got to show you these.
Oh, yes!
Horror icons, handmade by robots.
Okay, you
So-
see how they
Handmade
look
by robots.
like they're stitched.
You know?
Like
They're
crochet.
not. They're not.
Yeah.
They're not.
It's a vinyl figure
They're vinyl.
Ooh.
to make it look like it's
Ooh,
crocheted.
that's pretty cool.
Is it really?
I just find it mind blowing. Why? What's the point?
Yeah, no, it is cool. I wouldn't get it.
No.
Yeah, it's cool. If
I
there
see-
was a Venom of it, I'd probably buy it.
What is better
But
than
even then, I
anything
would
you buy?
rather have the crocheted version of it.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I don't need a plastic version of something.
That looks crocheted.
Yeah.
What in the
Like, I
crochet
find it weird.
version can get like dirty and
Of course.
clean it.
But if you're doing a vinyl figure, why trying to make it look like something else? Just do like a cool vinyl figure.
Yeah, it's just odd. Not a negative, just odd.
Another one of the Marvel Legends.
Yeah,
the
box- deluxe
Thompson,
box
yeah,
things.
the Maestro.
Yes.
Which is a bit of a shame because that old Maestro that had the base,
Yeah.
where it had like the broken shield and all the different masks, I think that was just one extra piece
Yes.
as opposed to just a figure there would have been cool.
That's one of the best parts in Future Imperfect, where you get a double
room.
space strategy of the room.
The room.
In Maestro, the first mini recently come back. There's like heaps of that. Like, heaps of that.
Nice.
So good.
The other thing I saw that was cool in there was like a Jaws bottle opener that was like a big boy thing. That was pretty cool. Yeah. Lots of stuff. Go and have a look.
Alrighty.
Television time.
Yeah, let's move on to the trailers first.
Alright,
A handful of new trailers coming out this week.
Yes.
What do you guys think of Space Jam?
It looks alright.
Yeah, I was
wasn't
surprised.
I wasn't a fan because I'm not a fan of LeBron, and Jordan's the best.
Yeah, the best.
But the trailer looks not too bad.
Yeah, it looks fun.
A bit Ready Player One, which is
yes,
putting me off, but it looks alright.
It did perk. The trailer definitely perked up when that section halfway through happened.
Yeah,
And
and I'm a big fan of the Iron Giant, so anything with an Iron Giant, I'm like, But it looks alright. I'll watch it.
Except for the jerseys.
The jersey's terrible.
they're weird.
They are so ugly. So ugly.
Because like half of it
I'm
is
with
on
you.
the shirt and half of it's on the pants.
Yes. So it's
And
if you
they're on
haven't
the
seen,
side.
It's like a blue basketball jersey with the
Yeah.
Looney Tune
Circles.
circle thing on their rib cage.
Yeah, and
And
it
it-
extends down to the pants, the
Yeah.
shorts. Right?
We'll see if we can find a picture
And
for
it's
you.
not
but,
like-
I'll throw a
man.
picture up for the YouTube people.
Yeah.
And it's not aliens that they've got. They've got like robotic and different
It's
versions
like an
Yeah.
AI Matrix
Yeah.
looking thing. So it's like
of the other
Yeah, and War
current
Machine's the
players.
bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Don
Yeah.
Cheadle.
Oh, I didn't know
Love
that.
Don Cheadle.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, oh, okay.
I
Class.
thought you meant Terrence Howard there for a second, but I had the clue.
I really hope they like mention Kobe in there. Just like. Just.
Oh, there'll be something. I
nice
guarantee
little
there'll be
I'm sure
tribute or
there'll be
something,
Maybe like a
or-
jersey up
Guarantee
or
there'll
something
be
like that.
Or
Or
like. The
I just
aliens
wanna
go, oh, this guy came in with his daughter
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
annihilated
There'll be,
us.
I guarantee
Two,
there'll be
you
some
know,
kind of nod.
yeah,
Yeah.
Not to Jordan from like the first Space
definitely.
Jam.
Cameo, bro.
Yeah.
Cameo, I would love it.
It's got to be a cameo.
Can we get a
They will.
Bill Murray
Pay him.
cameo?
Oh, Bill Murray will be awesome.
That'd be sensational.
His best bit?
And maybe bring back Pepe Le Pew.
Don't like your chances. I don't like your chances. The other trailer I just watched this morning was the new Black Widow.
yes.
Yep.
Yes.
There's a few bits of new footage in there.
Yeah.
Well, alright, a little bit of spoilers in case you're worried or you like that sort of thing. But goddamn, Taskmaster a chick. I told you it was a chick.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's
definitely, it's definitely a female.
Which is fine.
Ponytail floating around. So.
That's fine. It
I
happens.
just-
It's going to happen. It's 2021.
Yeah, it's
I'm pretty sure
whatever.
we see that
I don't think they give
But
that away like
I
that.
feel like it's a bit strange. Like, what? Why can't Black Widow fight and beat a guy?
Yeah.
Like, she has to fight and beat a girl.
Yeah.
No, but I think he was right in his idea that it's Rachel Weisz. It's the mother.
Yeah.
Yes.
Seems like it.
Because that's more, not that it's a female. My more problem is it's going to be her. Like, I don't need Taskmaster to be tied so heavily into Black Widow and then not be used again.
Yeah.
You do Taskmaster like Crossbones in Winter Soldier.
Yes.
He's like the B villain,
Yeah.
and then you can use him later.
Yeah, he's like a henchman, like
Yeah.
a goon. Like,
That'll
yeah.
probably be like when she probably dies,
Yeah.
and then
Someone
like,
else
there's-
takes the mantle, maybe.
like
Whether-
Batroc.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
Batroc, he shows up
Yeah.
every now and then.
Like Shocker
He's not-
in every Spider-Man cartoon.
Yeah, he's
And-
not
yeah.
the big honcho.
Sure.
He's just a guy gets
And-
paid to do the job.
Exactly right.
If you get a guy that is good at the task, like under the hood,
Yeah.
does a good job, and then the people connect, sort of thing, like the Loki thing, you can do so much that you can have him eventually working for S.H.I.E.L.D. or whoever the good organisations are, training people, because he's done, like, an Avengers Initiative, he's trained not just bad guys, US agent.
in current
Like, he taught
Spidey,
Walker how to throw the shield.
it's Taskmaster stealing all the
Yes.
villains.
Yes.
So it's him and Black Ant
Yes.
just doing all, and it's excellent.
Yeah.
They're such smart asses.
Yeah,
The role play between the two. So Taskmaster, yeah,
His
it's,
personality is what's going to be
if
missed.
that's what ends
Yes.
up happening. It's really going to be
Yeah.
a miss because Taskmaster is a cool character that you can continue just bringing in here and there
Yeah.
in anywhere.
His mini is so good. Like
Okay.
he's teaching these guys how to play golf for charity or something.
rich
Like
kids,
this
yeah.
rich guy like hired him to teach him how to play golf.
Right.
And the guy down the line is like being taught by Bullseye. And Taskmaster's like, it's all good, man. I watched some Tiger Woods. I'm ready for this. And then he starts getting shot at, and then, you know, they have to run. He jumps in a golf cart, and he's like, cool, it's time. And then you see, like, a picture of Ghost Rider. So he's, like, channeling Ghost Rider to drive the golf cart.
Excellent.
Because there's so much you could do with the character that if he's tied to Black Widow. It's just going to be wasted.
Yes.
I feel.
Yeah, but I reckon it'd be just that version of the Taskmaster that's tied. Because, it's probably her mum.
What do you want to show us, Dave?
Oh, the Mayfix Superman.
Oh, yeah, Dylan's going to buy that.
Yeah, you gotta buy that.
124 US.
Yes.
So we just get 2.
Yeah. You can't get 3.
That was all the trailers this week? Or
Bad Batch.
Bad Batch.
Oh, Bad Batch, yeah. The new
Looks
Star
fun.
Wars, Clone
Looks
Wars.
fun.
Mm-hmm.
Weird date they're bringing it out.
Very
on, but-
action.
It's so A-team.
It's what?
A-Team.
Yeah.
Well, it's just Rambo.
Clones of Fortune, a hunted
Every time
by
I just think is Rambo's in Star Wars now? John Rambo.
I just want to hear that. Dun, 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 dun. Like,
Yeah.
It looks very heavily inspired by Republic Commando.
Yeah. I
Very,
can see
very like a cult classic kind of game. Any of you guys play that?
that. Nah,
Probably.
I'm not very good at
Cool.
games.
I loved it when it first came out because it was kind of like during the peak kind of Halo period. So it came out,
Just a Halo
you're a
clone.
super soldier clone. There's Gregorian chant in the music and everything, and like it's just Halo and Star Wars put together.
Nice.
Yeah, and you have energy shields. After Halo, everybody had energy shields.
Gotta have an energy shield.
Wow, that's a good idea, is it?
So they're using like similar armor and weapons in the trailer.
Yep.
So hopefully that means
cool.
Republic Commando's canon again.
Yeah.
Because I think the characters from that game showed up in Clone Wars.
Oh. Well, that's what you need.
Yeah.
And Unread Band Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
That was this
yeah,
week?
yeah, that's
Unread
what I was
Band?
gonna say,
That was so, the Idris Elba line, how much that changes
Yes.
when they're all
Yeah.
sitting in the debriefing.
Geez, that movie just looks fun.
It
It looks
does.
so fun.
Yeah.
And you go,
so
yeah.
much cannon fodder.
Casino's already filming Peacemaker now.
Mm.
Yeah.
He looks like he'll probably be the standout.
Yeah.
Because from the trailers.
How
And
about
we saw
the-
a bit extra him as well.
Yes.
Him,
The,
we saw Nathan Fillion's character. And
Yes, the first time we've seen proper.
Is he?
Let's just leave that, I reckon, because that's going to be a good surprise for people
Yes,
that have
yes.
no idea. So let's
Yes.
just leave that. Well,
should be
interesting
fun.
surprise for
Yes.
people
Should
Should be fun.
who don't know.
Should be fun.
Enjoy Nathan Fillion. I think that was all the trailers though.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's about it.
Alrighty, it's time, isn't it? Get into Invincible.
Yes.
Episode
Invincible film.
4?
4.
Yes.
Yeah. What is it? Eat your heart out, Neil Armstrong.
Yes. The Mars stuff. Yeah.
like when that started, I'm like, what happens on Mars? Oh, that's what happens.
Yes!
Yeah.
Yeah, Starro!
Yeah.
Starro.
Yeah.
But, you know, I did the same thing. I'm like,
Third week in a row.
and then I could just remember the picture of the
Yeah.
on his face, and
Pretty
that's
much,
his
exactly.
face, and I'm like, that's right.
They've moved
So good.
stuff around in this really interesting way. Like,
Spoilers again.
I get, spoilers for the
definitely
show,
Spoilers.
Just a reminder.
spoilers for the book, I
Yeah,
suppose.
yeah, very much so.
Yeah, in the comic, all this Mars stuff, all that stuff happens after Omni-Man
Is gone.
Yeah.
is gone.
Yeah.
Okay. That's where
Um,
Omni-Man goes.
Yeah, so he's still here. So, yeah, I have a feeling it's possible that he will leave towards the end of this season.
Yeah, I reckon that's the season
Fight,
finale.
you know,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
gonna be basically the end.
And there is so much more intrigue of people, like, they're suspicious of
Yeah,
him
the
and
Damien
stuff.
Darkhold or
Yeah.
Darkblood, whatever.
Darkblood.
Darkblood, yeah, that.
Which I
that-
have
so
no
much
memory
cool.
of from the books.
And the Debbie being suspicious
yes.
and Cecil knowing
Yes.
all that stuff is all new. It's all fresh.
It's cool though.
Yeah. Oh, I
Both
still know
things.
that.
That both of those things cool too.
Because the Cecil thing is so, like, because you know, like, he knows, but what's he gonna do?
Yeah.
What's he gonna do?
What can you do?
Yeah, if you let him know
Yeah.
that you know,
Yeah, you got-
he's going to kill
yeah.
you. Yeah.
He's
He
doing the only thing he can do
Yeah.
with
By-
the boy.
Kind of
Yeah,
by
yeah, that's
time.
right.
Yeah.
Trying to get. Yep.
It's all he can do, which is excellent.
Yes.
Yeah, because at first I wasn't sure if I liked that. But
Yep.
it's just that in the book moves so much faster,
Yes.
essentially.
Yes.
Because, yeah, it's like straight away he's
I
gone.
want to text her.
No one in text.
What are you ordering?
Street
Fighter.
Fighter.
Should have known.
What else?
Sci-fi fantasy special.
Yeah, fair enough. No, that was good. What else was in the episode?
Well, the Martians.
Yeah, Martian
Yes,
stuff.
yes.
The Martian stuff was like excellent because the little brainwormy things look different because they were all more brainy, weren't they?
Yeah.
I guess it's hard to do in
Yeah,
a
I think
cartoon.
most of them were 3D models, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because there's so many of them, you kind of have to do that.
It's on the right or on the left of the line?
On the right, left.
Left. Cool.
But I thought it was bit of a slower, not a dip down episode, but you know,
I agree.
a more building
Yeah.
episode.
I think it would have been good if they maybe dropped a couple again. Maybe not just that
Yeah.
single episode. still a good episode.
Yes.
But after the roller coaster ride you took at the first 3,
Yes.
maybe 2 more would have been good. Just depending how many. I think they're doing 8 episodes
especially
altogether.
like if the next one's a bit more actiony.
Yeah, so do 2 together, and then maybe 1, and then the last 2 together, perhaps, or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It still works well, and it was still a good episode, and nice run the jewels in there. So that soundtrack just keeps getting better and better. Can't wait for the end of the season when that soundtrack comes out on Spotify.
Then you had the robot stuff happening.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's one of the other things. I can't remember what the robot story.
Okay, cool. Do you know much about the robots?
No,
Okay, cool. Just
I read
I
it.
didn't know Omni-Man went. So,
Okay, cool. Okay.
And don't stop saying it because
All right. Yeah.
stuff's going to happen.
If you want to say it, that's fine.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'll say, but I'll try not to be too detailed because I don't want to.
Let me just talk about it.
Yeah, because it's a big thing.
Yeah.
We can talk about it after.
Yeah, we'll talk to it when they get there in
Yeah.
a season or 2. But you've seen him.
yeah, with Rex.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That'll
Again,
definitely come.
I'm pretty sure that was moved up. Like
Yeah.
No,
Because that happened far down the track. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure.
The Rex Monster Girl interaction's always fun.
Yes. I love Monster Girl.
Yeah,
she's always one of my
best.
favorites.
She's one of the best.
And he does want to bang a 14-year-old.
Yeah.
I don't care. He does. He's a creep.
But she's not 14.
That's
Well,
right.
she's not, but she looks like it, and that's half the battle.
I'm not sure if they did it in the show. I don't think so. But in the comic, like after her first introduction with Rex and stuff, she's like kind of off the side on the panel. She's like, "Anybody got a cigarette?" And she's like, "You're like 12 or something."
So good. So good.
And cool concept with her getting younger every time she turns and
Yes.
stuff like that. That's cool. So gives a bit of time to age up a little bit and then come back. That's really cool.
He's so creative with the powers and the names. I don't understand how he does the clever names.
Yeah.
All right, you got Shrinking Ray, you've got Duplicate,
Yeah.
and later on you're going to get Multiple.
I think
Oh,
because the
puns
names
are-
are.
Yeah.
It's a sensation.
I'm sure some editors, like if you were working at like Marvel DC, those names came across their desk, they would probably push back as that's
Yeah.
a bit too much.
Yeah.
Because it works
But
with this.
it does
so well.
and because it's his own thing and he does it multiple times.
And it's his own universe of
Yeah.
Yeah.
everything. There's no copy. Yeah, you might think there's a nod there and a take there, but they're so original.
Yeah.
But they're not.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's
Very archetypal.
Yes.
I don't think I said that right, but you know what I mean.
we all
Yeah,
know.
talking about Science Dog.
Science Dog, yes.
Oh, yes.
I forgot to talk about it last week.
Alrighty.
As soon as I was watching the first
Yeah.
episode, you're like, huh?
So
Science Dog.
Yeah.
Yes.
What is
Yes.
this rubbish?
in the comic books, Mark's favorite comic book is Science Dog, right?
Yes.
And after Invincible came out, they did a couple one-shots or
Yep,
series
yep.
or something.
And he'll be he's like it's a dog man.
Yes.
You know, like standing up on 2 legs like a man.
Anthropomorphic.
And yes, that's the word I was looking
Yeah.
for.
Like in. Okay.
So
And
he's
with
like Adam
gadgets and a
Strange,
gun. Yeah,
but a
that
dog.
type of thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then in the animated series, it's Seance Dog, and he's a Doctor Strange sort of
Yeah.
thing. And straight away, I forgot to talk about it when we did the pod last week. But I was like, what is the deal with
It's
that?
a couple of mentions.
And when I looked, I had to look it up, and I was like, of course it was. I was like, no, knock on it. He's a very commercially minded creator. He's very smart, and it was like, me and Walker don't want to give away Science Dog rights for free with the Invincible rights. We can use that character for other stuff later on, as they should, because Science Dog, as proper Science Dog, could make a great kids cartoon.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, like, because it'd be like a Turtles, Black and Mice and Mars, that sort of thing, you know?
Seance Dog. Oh,
Yeah, so it's like, I'll just make him Doctor
So
Strange.
that's a cool background to change.
Because when I saw it, I'm like, but it was Science Dog. Science Dog. Whatever. You know,
I was the same.
Nah,
I
I
didn't
couldn't.
really-
I was like, why?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was basically like, whatever.
And I was like, is he already signed? Like, because he could have already pre-signed that or be already talking deals with that for something else. But he was smart to be like, oh, why would I give that up?
And again, the clever name,
Yes.
Seance
Yeah,
Dog.
yeah.
Like, it's just, it sounds very similar.
Yeah.
Man, he's a genius.
Because it would have been like, all right, cool, we can't have Science Dog. We'll keep that.
And Kirkman's just like,
Yeah, what are we going to do? Yeah.
Seance
Yeah.
Dog.
I'll just put Doctor Strange and Dog Doctor Strange. Maybe he was reading Doctor Strange with the Bat Dog.
Yeah.
One of my favourite new supporting characters in the last 5 years.
Dude.
So good.
Anything else happened in that episode? I don't think.
No, I think that was about it because there was a lot of build, a lot of everyone getting susser and susser onto him.
Mum getting a bit of airtime, which is good.
Yeah.
That's
She didn't really have much person. Like Amber.
Yes.
In the comics, she didn't really get much personality. I
No,
don't think
especially early on, nothing.
Yeah, because her job, was that ever mentioned, or was that mentioned
I
later?
think real estate was always the deal, right?
Because early on, I'm rereading the early volumes. I think I'm up to 3 or 4. No mention of her being real estate.
As soon as real estate came up, I was like, that did sound familiar.
Okay.
I was like, I think it must be somewhere in there.
I did think that as well, but
Yeah.
I thought maybe I was just thinking of Sky High. You guys watch Sky High?
I know of it.
I saw an article, like a
Kurt
review.
Russell
Kurt
one?
Russell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a review about Invincible, and it was like, Sky High, but it gets really violent.
really,
Yeah.
just really violent.
just a tad.
I remember
Yes.
when I watched Sky High, I'm like, dude, this is Invincible.
Yes.
Except
That's fine.
PG.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, how stupid was it when he tries to eat his sandwich?
So
Oh,
good!
yeah.
He's on a spaceship.
He holds his breath.
Yeah. Breaks into a million pieces. Idiot.
I did like, even in the comics, when they had to hold their breath.
Yes.
It's not like Superman where he doesn't need to breathe.
Yeah.
The Everest bit was pretty cool too.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The guy's just there and just pull it.
I can't wait for more. Oh, try not to think about it too much, because the
That's other reason
anticipation,
why I
man.
wanted a couple episodes to drop because
Yeah.
it was good last night and I watched, but I'm like,
One more would have
yeah.
just topped it
Oh,
helped
off.
that fix.
Oh, man, like, you got your favourite bits, and you just want your favourite bits to come up, and
Yes.
man.
Yes.
Let's talk about favourite bits. Let's talk about the favourite bits of Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Oh, yeah. Oh, when
Whole
they
episode, whole 53 minutes
Yes.
of it.
yes, when they were when the Zemo stuff is cool.
Yes.
So good. I'm a fan of the actor.
He's
Oh,
good.
excellent.
Because
Oh,
in-
spoilers all over
Yes,
it.
Yeah.
Pause.
In Civil
Watch it, come
War,
back.
while I wasn't necessarily quite sold on the interpretation they did
Yes.
for Zemo, I thought he did
His
what
portrayal.
was
Yeah.
perfect because he's very talented. And in this, they're just moving him
Yeah.
closer to Baron Zemo, but not just dumping and running to
Yeah.
Zemo either. Like they're bringing that version up.
It's gradually course
Yes.
correcting. Yeah.
I thought he would have went by now. He would have ditched them by now, but I think
First
he wants
episode,
to
man.
see it through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's a bit like
He knows he's going to need their help.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
He
quid
wants
pro
to
quo
stop the
for sure.
Hydra
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super Soldier stuff.
Yeah.
I love that they're exploring the Baron bit, but because he's been in jail and he's got no sovereign land anymore, he's a Baron, but everything's a little bit run down and crap.
Yes.
Yes.
So, like, the butler's old and the champagne's not warm and the plane's, it's a personal jet,
Yeah.
but it's not the
Yeah, the
nicest.
fridge is
Yes.
not
Yeah.
busted. Yeah,
Exactly
yeah, yeah,
right.
yeah,
Things aren't
That's
just...
cool. Yeah.
It's excellent.
It's not
And it's,
tip-top.
again,
I missed
bringing
some
it
of that.
grounded.
Yeah.
I missed some of that because at first I was like, man, this seems to be like quick.
Yes.
Like, oh, he's got a jet, and he's got a butler, but I must have missed that
The
dialogue.
butler was the giveaway for me. As I'm
okay.
as I'm watching him doddle around, and you just see a bit of a look from Falcon. He's like, and I'm like, yeah, he's realizing that he's a Baron, but everything's just not
okay.
as good as it could be.
Well, but I think they did a good enough jobs. Like when Sam asked him like about being rich, like my family were royalty before you
Yeah.
blew up.
I'm a
Contract.
Baron.
I'm a
First,
Baron, and I was like, oh,
yes,
is that a potential first Doom?
No,
Yeah,
it's
'cause
Latvia, not
Red comes-
Liberia.
Oh,
No,
but just the fact
no.
saying he's a Baron.
Right.
Because he's like Sokovia, my country doesn't exist, and it got cannibalized by neighbors.
Yeah.
So it's
maybe.
like, it's all going to be. If that's going to be the same sort of region,
That's
Liberia
pretty
is definitely
cool.
going to be there. Is that the first little
And they
thing
mentioned a
where
few different
where
countries
Doom
like
has
that.
taken more land?
Sounds like him.
It does. As if it wouldn't.
Well done,
Because
dude.
you could easily have like that's one side, and then Samerica or whatever however
Yeah.
Silver Sable Place is the other side. Like, yeah.
Interesting.
But I was like,
Yeah, I didn't
we
think
get
of
a little
that.
doominess in there, just a little bit.
And also, like, when they go to Madripoor, it's like,
Oh.
oh, maybe.
Madripoor!
maybe.
Since
That
they
is-
said the word, you
maybe-
used
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
I've seen this in
When I
so
saw
many-
Madripoor, I'm like,
Yeah.
So many books and so many. How are they actually going
that
to make
whole
Madripoor?
bit when
And
they
it
go into Lowtown was so
Oh,
fantastic.
yeah.
worked perfect.
I love the look of it. Like, it,
Yeah.
it
like
felt
old school Tony Stark.
Yes.
Like,
like
I love neon
Yep.
yes,
Cyber Tokyo style.
Yes.
It was just excellent.
Because it felt like gritty enough that it's low town and dodgy, but like sophisticated enough that it's you know, fancy and
did feel
different.
very cyberpunk. Now
Yeah.
you mention it. Yeah.
No, it was
our mate Sharon back.
yeah.
She was
She kicked
excellent.
ass.
that
Excellent.
fight at the shipyards was fantastic.
Yeah.
The whole shipyard base, like going through, and it's all like a lab inside these shipping containers.
And name drop like Nagel. He's from Truth, isn't he?
Yes, he's the
Yeah.
guy from Truth. That did the serum there.
Out there, but is she power broker?
I think they're probably gonna
and then divert,
lead us down that path, and she won't
actually
be.
not, yeah.
But at the same time, I don't think it's out of the question. But because what are you gonna do with Sharon?
Well, especially the way they've treated Steve now, Sharon is a little bit lost.
Yes.
Oh, he's so ditched us. She'd be.
I know.
So
Well.
she's gonna hook up with Sam.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah,
She's
because
checking
when
him out.
she comes in, oh, that's better.
And
when he's got no
if
shirt
I
on.
had my choice of Peggy or Sharon, I'm going Peggy.
Yeah, so.
So yeah, but no, yeah, Sam's a great.
No, but what they did at end of WandaVision with going up to Fury on the Moon.
Yes.
Probably Sharon will
Well,
probably go up there as well.
There's a good chance that I think she's working for Fury. Because she's working for somebody.
Oh yeah,
So I would imagine she's probably working for Fury.
but
somehow,
the way they're leading. Us
yeah,
down
I
the
think
track
they're going to
is
make you
power
more
broker.
and more
Yeah,
think she will be.
Yeah.
But then, like, who is the power
Because
broker?
Fury
What is the power broker?
would have been wanting, like, her couple of problems would have been power brokers like pissed, and we now can't make the formula ever again.
Yes.
That would have been her issue, not what would have made it look like was Bucky and Falcon.
See, well, I don't buy it at all because she wouldn't be making super soldier serums. Because I don't think she'd be like doing that to Cap like that.
Yeah, but she was a spook, you know, like when we
Yeah.
first meet her, she's S.H.I.E.L.D. agent,
Yeah,
and
it's
then
true.
after S.H.I.E.L.D., she's a CIA agent. She more prepared to do a lot more dirt than I think you think. You know what I mean?
Then the
Yeah.
comic book Sharon.
Yeah.
I don't mind like she being underground art dealer and all that, but that trying to make a super soldier serum again,
Yeah.
I don't think she'll do that.
Yeah.
That's a good
but
call.
The Americans never stopped.
They haven't, but I don't think
No one's ever stopped.
No one's
That's why
stopped.
Zemo
Yeah.
does what he does.
Yeah.
Had to.
Yes.
Because that's the deal with this dude. He was working for the States until he turned to dust.
Did it feel like it went up another notch when they stole all that food and then blew it up? Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
'Cause
Oh, yeah.
like the flag smashers.
Oh, yes.
Because I was,
Yes.
I'm, sympathetic sort of to their cause.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah, she's
whatever.
gone over the edge.
Yeah. And then she pushed over. I'm like, oh, you killed innocent people.
Yes.
like a lot of innocent
Yeah.
children, and I'm like, okay.
Because I'm going to be
that-
interested to see where that
yeah.
goes. Like,
Yeah.
are her crew going to start being like, whoa, 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 whoa?
Yeah.
Or are they just going
Well,
to...
there's already there
Drink
with
the
the
cordial.
sidekick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, are they going to try to rebel again? Because, like,
girl, what you
they
doing?
could, as if they wouldn't smash her.
Yeah.
Like, I get she's got superpowers, but they all got the same superpowers. Three of them, she's a little person too. Like, they'd easily be able to take her out.
Yeah.
So, how that's going to play out and...
Probably grieving for a mum.
Yeah.
at the same
That's
time, you know?
different. You know, you can grieve, but not by not killing
Other people.
innocent people.
real innocent people too.
Yeah.
Like they
Like
just
they-
came back
Oh, yeah, but...
from the blip. They weren't doing anything. Like
Yeah.
they were the innocent of innocent.
Well, like she's like, oh, you've been withholding 6 months.
yeah, but
like,
that's
but
the
that
people
doesn't-
running the show, not
Yeah.
the people
Yeah.
that they'd taken in.
oh, shit.
That's
Too
not
blind to
warrant-
see.
Anyway,
That's
but
not
yeah.
warrant murdering people.
Yeah.
That's what they did, Dave.
Yeah,
Because
I'm,
they're-
not, I'm not
they're-
trying to justify.
Yeah,
The ends doesn't justify the means, Dave.
I think that sort of takes away any sympathy people may have had
Yes.
for these
Yes.
characters.
Yes.
Yes, which is perfect.
Basically, their group is like Thanos was right kind of thing. Essentially, because they said it was better during the blip.
Yeah,
There were
I can
less
see that.
people.
Well, they're just so interesting that, like... just the whole... No border people... No borders. Yeah, in real world too. Like, both heels and baby faces,
Yes.
like, equally depend on where you sort of see things. Of,
Yeah.
like... Yeah, no, we shouldn't have. Every country should
Yeah.
be whatever. Everyone should be the same.
Yeah.
And then the other side about, oh, but globalization is not right, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
But you're like, it's the same thing, but... I just find it very interesting. And very interesting that they're going pretty political in this, both
Yes.
with that and then the red state, blue state cap, the treatment of Sam last episode,
Yeah.
and Isaiah. So, like, man, they're not skirting around some
Yeah.
stuff.
No.
And this is where, like, I feel like this is a perfect
Yes.
place for that. Like,
And it's not
Captain
too
America,
heavy
you know?
either. I'm still
Yeah.
entertained by an action show, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be lectured at,
Yeah,
but showing you some stuff where you're like, ooh,
yeah. It's not treating you like you're doing anything. You know, it's just showing you the problem.
this is the world.
Yeah.
Pimp Falcon.
Yes. Well, he used to be a pimp.
I know. That was excellent. And just
Allegedly.
Bucky just kicking ass.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
The music too. They had the Winter Soldier soundtrack
Yes.
during that moment.
Yes.
It was really good.
Oh yeah, and I think it's Henry Jackman, the same composer from I think Civil War and Winter Soldier, and every now and then he sprinkles a bit of the Cap music in there.
Yeah.
Like when Bucky's saying like, "I'm gonna go take the shield."
Yep.
They've got some of the Cap music in there, and just I really like Sam's whole journey at the moment, where he's like conflicted.
Yes.
And he's like, lots of people are getting stepped on because of this. Maybe it's I should just get rid of it.
Yeah.
And that makes him a lot more interesting.
And Buck's like,
Yeah.
You can't just throw that away.
I'm loving the attention to detail. Like, there was a bit I saw on the internet this week, and it was when they were in the Captain America, like the
museum,
big museum, and it had all the different shots. And one of the shots was Steve with an acting shield, which was the taxi cab door from the original movie.
Yeah.
But then it showed the shot from the original movie with Steve holding it, so it's from Steve's perspective, and then someone with an old-timey camera taking that photo. So that was the exact pic. Like, just those little tiny
The amount of
nods.
stuff in that.
And there was like 40 pictures in that walkthrough, and that was just one of them. Like, those little things are just what I love about the way they've curated this Marvel universe and the care that's been given to it.
Every little thing.
It really is.
Well, like, obviously they made it a bit of a beat in the story of this episode, but the Bucky writing in Steve's notebook.
Yeah.
Bucky could have just had his own list anyway or whatever, but you double down on it being Steve's, so you get more emotional pull, and just also that, alright, so Steve wakes up, and what's he do? Oh, well, let's learn about how things are. Bucky wakes up and she's guilt.
Yep.
No fun for him.
And the hell he was giving about Trouble Man. That was
Listen to it. Yeah. When Zemo does
Zemo's like, no, it's really good. Yeah. What do you mean?
Hello.
Just Zemo being fancy pants.
Yes.
That's what you want.
So good.
He's sitting in there with the glass
Yes.
and he's drinking and he's talking like...
Back in his element.
Yeah, exactly. This is what you want. He's the Baron.
Yes.
Aristocracy kind of thing.
Yes, absolutely.
Did we talk about that last scene?
The fight?
No, the last scene.
I think I showed
Bucky's gone for a walk.
Yeah, with the Dora Milaje.
Oh, yes.
I was gonna say, did you just turn it off?
No, I'm like trying to think. I was trying to
We're not
think
talking about after credits
yeah.
here. Yeah.
Yeah, how he's gonna handle that, I do not know.
Excellent.
Because as if the answer ain't, we're gonna shoot him
Yes.
right now, or at least take him. But I think most interesting, this is our first indication of what they're doing with Black Panther and Wakanda.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
But did they film this before?
This was before, wasn't it?
no, he would have been.
Yeah, he was been gone a while.
Yeah?
Yeah, he'd been gone
Well,
a while now.
They started filming years ago, though. I remember seeing set photos years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's true.
Don't know.
It all depends.
Because
Well,
the
we're halfway.
Madripoor stuff, that was in set photos years ago.
Okay.
So,
Well, we're
not sure.
halfway, so it's going to be very
It's a bit
interesting.
unclear where
Yeah.
Yes.
where they
Well, like,
take
obviously they're not gonna, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, how are they going to do this
Yeah.
in 6 episodes?
Well, they just have to get longer every episode, but still. We've got 3 more, and I'm very intrigued on...
Why not?
I think we're going to be left-handed.
They're on their tail a lot. They're not that far behind, really. I don't think. Like Sam and Bucky to the Flag Smashers, like they're catching them.
Yeah, true.
I think next episode, I assume, will be a heavy US agent episode too,
Yeah.
because it was not like
Yeah.
much
Not
bugger all on
much,
this.
yeah.
Yeah, we might even get him juicing up.
Yeah. Because I think that's
It's gotta
got to
be,
happen
actually.
next,
It needs
right?
to be. It needs to be the next
He
bit.
goes. He finds the power broker,
Yeah.
or finds her, and she's got a few vials there, or whatever. But yeah, he's got to juice
Well, that's
up.
it. She's stolen it, so
Yes.
he probably
She's-
catches up with her.
Yeah, and she's got.
He's like taking it in my own hands, literally.
Yeah, he's got
All
to.
veins.
How does he skip the queue though? I reckon. Because they're still chasing after her.
Yeah.
But somehow he's gonna get there first. That'll be interesting to see how. You know.
Well, clearly though, the power broker is, I think, running his mob. The
It could be.
the repatriation sense.
Oh,
for sure.
Whatever.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
power broker's running that as well.
Yeah.
He's just working the
It's like,
same
you
con from
find them
both
too.
sides, so he knows where she is.
Yeah.
I think that. So
You find her as
he,
well.
yeah. That's why he'd be able to find her first. He like Walker doesn't know what's going on, but the people above him, they definitely know. Like they know what's going on.
Yeah.
I reckon. Because yeah, he's gonna get juiced up. I reckon next episode. If it's only 6.
Yeah, it's 4 next
Gotta
one.
be.
It has to be.
I thought it was more than 6.
No, it's 6.
Yeah, it's only short.
We're going to talk about Zemo's little dance.
Yeah. That's all we
How
needed.
bizarre was that?
Nah, it's perfect.
Like it. I like it.
In character.
Yeah.
He's playing a character.
It's excellent. Even when he's checking the art. on
Yeah,
the
no,
thing,
that's
it's
cool.
that's
So the
sick.
dance definitely had a bit of Spider-Man 3 vibe.
Yes. I'm just wondering, did he just do that? It wasn't even in the script.
I definitely think it was in the script dance awkwardly
Oh,
or dance
yeah.
badly.
I think he just wanted to get on that stairs meme We know how that's got like the
Yes,
Joker
yes.
and like Tobey Maguire, so that
I've
bad
seen
dancing one.
already. How many days has it been on YouTube? Just like dance battles between Tobey Maguire and Baron Zemo.
Very good, very good.
Is there a character, the Smiling Tiger? Is that an actual character?
Yes.
Yes.
I googled it the other day.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Magic Pro as well, like
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
around
there.
yeah.
Whoa, what about that drink? The drink was excellent.
Oh,
That's an actual drink that they
I'm
make.
sure it is,
Oh,
but
yeah,
it was
it was-
sensational.
Yeah.
look, look.
I remember seeing
They
it.
cut
in
the
the-
snake open.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, just that whole obviously the fight and trying to pretend in the bar, but then when they get back and like the phone calls or blow, like man, goddamn, you don't turn your phone off.
Yeah.
Especially.
And he's trying to be, oh yeah, we loaned all the money to the bank.
That
Idiot.
was so good.
Yeah.
The shipping container place.
Yep.
When they're having like a gunfight, like, dude, this is straight up Lethal Weapon.
Yes. Yes.
Like, because there's no Falcon action or anything. They're just shooting each other with pistols.
Well, when they're having the action, and like Sam says, like it's
Yeah.
every action movie ever. And then like we get Zemo on the thing.
Yeah.
That was
Oh,
excellent.
I'm not gonna lie. I was like, geez, I wish he had a sword though.
I was
How
gonna
good
say
would
that!
be? When he's on the top, I wanted him to pull out a sword and
Like
just come down and just.
Well,
A broadsword.
Yes.
when he
Like
opened
old
up
school.
the boot of all the cars
Yeah.
and he was getting his stuff, I'm like, I even went back when he opened that first boot and went, was there a sword in there?
Yeah.
No, there was no sword.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn it.
Because we're gonna get a sword
Sooner or
before
later.
You got
it's
it.
over.
You got
And
it.
I hope it's not some weird, like,
Fencing type of thing.
not offensive, but like a ninja sword or something.
No, it needs to be the old school.
It
like,
needs to be a
musketeer sword.
broadsword.
Oh, he'll steal
Like,
it from
yeah,
somewhere.
like a old school
It was the
medieval
broadsword, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
broadsword kind of thing.
Yeah, he'll steal it from somewhere with ties to probably do or
Yes.
something like that. That
Yeah,
was
it's like a
sick,
sabery type of
Yeah.
deal. Yes, yes, yes. Very good, very
The
good.
fur. He's got the fur.
Ah,
Oh, the mask is excellent. The lot.
You know,
it just works.
The original concept art for that costume, it was meant to be what he was wearing in Siberia at the end of Civil War.
Oh,
like,
right.
it's cold, and that makes sense, you know? I feel like that was a missed opportunity. Because the mask makes perfect sense.
It works.
yes.
Yeah.
It works.
But now it doesn't really have a point.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
well, the way he and I'm like, are they gonna give us a point?
Yeah, are they going to say
Because
it's like a...
they seem to
yeah.
make a deal out of it.
Yeah,
and-
because they zoomed in on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, are they gonna go back to like he's some kind of ancestor?
Yeah.
Obviously not
We
probably
might
his
get a
dad.
flashback. Yeah.
That's
But, you
the
know,
deal,
'cause that's
right?
the deal in the books. Yeah,
It's an heirloom kind of thing?
Yeah,
Like the sword?
Yeah, because his dad was the one that was there when Bucky and Cap died,
Yes,
freeze, whatever.
Heinrich.
Yeah, it was Heinrich. Yeah.
And there's been like...
Yeah, and he's got
12.
he's got the horny sort of version of the.
It's like a
mask.
crown.
Yeah. So I think just because they seem to make you go, ooh, what is that? Not just for us. I felt like he went,
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep that. So I think we'll get some kind of why it's important. Because why does he care? What's he want to cover his face for?
Yeah.
They've already seen it all.
Yeah, that's right.
So I think there's going to be a reason. But wait and see.
All
Very
right.
good.
Do some movie reviews.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess it's time to talk about...
Do we
I
want-
guess we'll do Venom first.
Yeah, let's do Venom.
Oh, yeah.
Nitin has recently
Yeah, I
watched
watched it
Venom.
yesterday. I was looking for Brightburn. I couldn't find it.
10 out of 10?
Minus.
Minus 10.
That's a bit harsh.
It's trash.
Does that hurt?
Is that it?
No,
What are we gonna get?
go say it's trash. Like he's terrible as Eddie Brock.
I thought he was alright.
No,
Some scenes are good and some scenes
I don't
are
like
just
his accent. I
absolutely
don't like his
horrible.
American accent.
I don't like him as an actor in general.
I don't mind him
when he's mumbling.
when he's just
speak
strong,
properly.
silent. I like Mad Max. He was fine.
No, he was not. He
He
was
was
terrible.
fine.
He had his
Like a
Bane
Mad
voice
Max?
in there.
Yeah. No, he was terrible in Mad Max.
I liked him,
He
mate.
did nothing. He just got shot and
Because he
punched
did
people.
essentially.
Yeah,
nothing.
but I could have done that. He was not good. The movie's amazing, but he's the weakest bit of the movie.
I agree with that. But yeah, he's,
He's
He's meant
terrible
to be
Eddie
though.
Brock.
He's meant to be the weakest. bit of the movie.
It's his movie.
Yeah, it's about Curio.
It's called
not
Mad
about
Max,
Curio.
though.
Yes. What else?
Like it's terrible acting.
Yes.
Venom as a character in the movie.
Yes.
Calm down. It's just I don't know. It's terrible. I don't like it. The acting was really putting me off. Just the cheesiness of it. I know it's a comic book movie, but plus the whole "you're a loser, I'm a loser
Yeah,
too."
that line was terrible. That's unforgivable.
I don't. If I was a Venom fan, I don't think I would. I would rather not have a Venom movie. As a Venom fan for me,
It's a comic. So the problem is the first problem that comes up. It's a comic book movie for Venom that isn't connected to Spider-Man.
Yes. It's
So
like...
straight away, you're clutching at straws that are very, very hard to clutch onto.
Because he looks like Spider-Man.
Well, because he looks like Spider-Man, the whole reason for the hatred and the persona of Venom, and I don't mean Venom the symbiote or Eddie Brock. I mean the culmination.
Venom is Brock and
that's
that
right.
symbiote.
That's right. That's that symbiosis.
Yes.
So there is a lot lost there straight away. So and that's what I had to take into it. Being a Venom fan, I had to take that into account, realizing I'm going to get a Venom story that is so far away from what it should be. What can they do with it?
I think they pulled off the origin as good as you could without Spider-Man, no?
That's exactly what I was going to say. As good as they could.
Like,
It worked. It made sense to the audience. To us, there's enough Brock in there with the paper stuff still, and
how it took so long from that symbiote to get from the crash site to the factory.
Yes.
Gee, that's a long walk. I thought there was a lot of walking in Lord of the Rings, but there's a long walk for...
is Riot an actual character?
Yes.
Okay. So I didn't know. I don't know much
So
about Venom besides the Spider-Man stuff.
When after... I think it's in... Is it Separation Anxiety? No, it's... one of the super specials. So after Carnage, then there's like Phase and Scream and Riot, and they're all... And Hybrid. So they're all more offshoots. So this is before Toxin and before...
everybody gets a colour.
Yes, essentially. So that's what they all are. So they have different aspects and different
Yeah, because the yellow one that went into Rabbit, I knew there was like a yellow...
like Scream.
Yeah, I knew there was one of them. The movie, he's terrible, and he just lets me down. Like, the dude, Elon Musk as a villain is a terrible idea. Without Spider-Man as a main villain, what's Venom?
Well, and that's a hard part because they took sections from like Lethal Protector where after he'd gone anti-hero, well, after everything had happened with Spidey and the stuff on the island, and they kind of had a bit of a truce, and then that was it. Then Venom started his own ongoing bunch of miniseries, and that's when he moved to San Fran, and was it San Fran?
Yep.
Yeah, it was San Fran, and become Lethal Protector. So it was part of that where he's like a vigilante, looking out for the poor and all the rest of that. But he still had those ties and that Spider-Man background that still worked it well, and all those other villains where he's got nothing here.
Without Spider-Man, Venom is like loses 80% of what he is.
Yeah.
Because it's like making a Bizarro movie with no Superman.
Yeah.
You know?
More than any other villain who's important to his hero. I can't think of a
Morbius
villain.
you can get away with, you can almost get away with because he's a vampire.
Yes.
And there's other
he
sides of the story than just being a Spider-Man villain. Where Venom is so entangled and so entwined,
his origin,
it's almost
doesn't
a symbiosis.
Yes, it needs Spider-Man in his origin. Morbius does not need Spider-Man in his origin story.
And that's the other side. You get a bit of the tendrils and stuff like that, but he could only web shoot because he'd been on Spider-Man previously.
Yes.
And that whole part about... And that's the other thing that ruins it as well, because it doesn't have Spider-Man in it. There's no Venom not setting off the Spidey sense.
Yeah.
And knowing the secret identity and playing with that.
All the cool stuff.
All the cool stuff. So, yeah, look, it's... For what it is, and the fact that they did a Venom movie, it's not trash, but it's not great.
I hated the fight scenes from it.
One other thing.
Fight scenes
I
are terrible.
Messy CGI fight scenes.
Yeah.
Like in Transformers, it's
I was gonna
trash. I
say that.
hate the Transformers designs.
Well,
They're just like scrap metal.
Yes.
And the end of this is just one giant spoogey mess.
Especially, like, it's very dark and, like, it's not... Yeah, no, it's not great. Well, I think the movie... One of the biggest problems with the movie is it didn't really know what to be.
Yes.
You know, like, it wanted to go hard on the violence and the thing, but then they try to do the jokiness, like the restaurant and Pikmin.
It's also a strange universe where you can get a head bitten off, but there's no blood.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of cool fight scenes where he's fighting with all the coppers in the building.
In the building where, that bit's pretty good. That's pretty like...
and then, just...
The stuff in the woods I liked.
Yeah, that was cool when he was jumping up and smashing through the trees and
but
stuff.
when it comes symbiote on symbiote, then it's like, no.
Yeah, it's just not...
It's a messy...
It's a cluster.
mess.
So to that point, Venom 2's been pushed back another week.
So is Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Has it? Is it only a week?
22nd of April coming out now.
Yeah, no, I thought it was 15th, so that's a shame. We were talking about that the other day. I'm really keen. So, we'll go and see Venom 2 together.
When I went, I had no expectation. I did go by myself, and I was just sitting there, just watching it because I was like, I got nothing better to do this Saturday night, and I was like, get it out of the way, and I was like, it could have been worse.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was going to be worse, and it's not great, but
Fish tank scene is Oscar worthy.
oh. Well, it's got a rival in the trash can scene too, though, when he's at home and he's
Eating the
yeah,
chicken.
yeah,
that was good.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
good.
I'm like, God damn, he's not good. He's not good.
I like the end where he goes and sees Cletus, and it's the
Oh,
worst red.
Oh, that hair is
It's
excellent.
terrible.
It's terrible.
Carl Broflovsky.
And like,
It is, right?
It is. It
And,
really
like,
is.
Woody
He's got the
Harrelson's
green
great.
hair.
I'm sure he'll be great as Cletus, but
Yeah,
If it
yeah.
comes
oh
out.
man.
Just shave his head, please.
So yeah, and how are you gonna get Carnage split? I guess you'll find out in.
I think he was
Venom.
already split.
Yes, I
Like,
do-
He
I
was
do-
already gone. Like
I
his
do
own-
believe
He was saying,
Carnage already symbioted up, right, when they're having that conversation. Or knows of the symbiotes and has had some symbiote connection before.
that's what it
Really?
seemed like.
That's
what it
what
seemed
I
like to me.
thought.
Yeah.
I reckon he was, when he's killing all these
He's
people, he
a
was
rogue
already
one.
sort of... I don't think
But
there
then
was...
how come he's still in prison? We were just broken out or not being caught.
No, I reckon it's infiltrated him in prison, but like the symbiote was rogue from all the others.
Because Carnage definitely knows what Brock is sitting there.
Yuri?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. For
Yeah,
sure. For sure.
absolutely.
Yeah.
That's the vibe I got instantly. He knows what... That's not just a reporter sitting there.
Okay.
He knows what that is.
Yeah, that's
You
news to
see
me.
something.
Okay.
You didn't think that?
No.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I just-
They're like the way
I thought he was
Carnage
just
talks to
a
him.
psychopath.
No, I think he knows
No,
exactly
but he
what's
probably
going
wants Venom on his team because Venom like effectively like neutralized all the other symbiotes.
Because I could see him not doing the father sonishness of it, and just he'll be another race or whatever.
It's just weird because how's he different from Riot then?
He'd be red.
Yeah.
That's about it. And he can make swords
Axes.
and axes.
Yes. Chop, chop,
right,
chop.
dude.
Chop chops.
But more psychotic, I think.
Yes.
Yes.
Because he's more psychotic. But yeah.
But yeah, it's like though you're a loser and I'm a loser.
Nah, that line was hard to take.
And
I'm
he's-
like,
and the
and you
symbiote-
told me about it, and when I watched it, I'm like, this is worse than he said.
That was hard, but again, there's reasons for that because you can't do anything else
Yeah.
with the symbiote. The bonding of Eddie and the symbiote was around their hatred of Spider-Man. So they had to come up with another reason, and unfortunately, they didn't come up with a good one.
Well, like, all you have to do is,
that's the story.
like, you're a
Unfortunately,
good person on the inside, and bad stuff's happened, or whatever. Not just, you're a loser.
I'm
Me
a loser
too.
Let's be friends.
because if the original Eddie Brock was a loser, I wouldn't. It's not a character that I would have been drawn to, even if the Venom character looked as cool as it did. You also went for Eddie did some wrong things, but in the end, he's just trying to look for some redemption. You know, he's made mistakes, but he's
He's a bit of a hothead.
a
not
hothead,
loser.
hothead with some violent redemption. I'm all for that shit. Bring it on. So yeah, it is a shame they went that way with the loser thing because Venom's not a loser. He's just misunderstood.
Spider-Man's a loser. They're missing out on that too.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, well,
Not allowed to make him a loser.
I think like the line in his apartment is like, pile of bodies, pile of heads. Makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, when you droop the heads off. I'm like,
Some of the interactions were great,
Oh.
and some were just a bit cringy.
Yeah,
Like a lot of it.
Yeah.
Like the script could have been a lot better.
Yeah, where he tries to doesn't want to jump out of the building and takes the elevator instead.
yeah,
Yeah.
calling him a pussy. That was
Yeah,
excellent.
that was
yeah,
good.
and we got a Stan Lee cameo, so I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I overall, I did not like it at all.
Yeah, fair.
That's fair enough. We didn't expect you to, but
If you came in and told me it was amazing, I would have
yeah,
probably had
I didn't
more,
even say it was amazing.
more questions. Alright, speaking of amazing movies though, Godzilla Kong this week. Nitin.
Put the headphones on before you finish that
Nitin
sentence.
has
There we
yet
go.
to see it, even though we told him we're going to
Even
talk
though he's a
about it.
massive Godzilla fan, so
And-
I'm going tomorrow.
there, yeah.
I've already had to hide the scissors so he doesn't stab us.
So we came up with the next best reason.
You okay?
idea.
Dylan has not seen it, but Dylan...
Would you like to step out?
I've seen toys.
Yep.
So I'm alright.
Oh,
I've seen
sweet.
toys. And,
Yep,
You
and
know,
the
you know what
trailer.
toys do.
Can you hear us?
Trailer gives
Can you
it
hear
away.
us, Nitin? Cool. That's what we thought.
Thumbs up, no
Good
sound.
to go.
Okay.
Okay.
Dave just seen it this morning. What do you think, Dave?
I have to put it in the analogy. It's like an old folks home, and like
Okay.
they're moving like Con. It's like Con, we're gonna put you into a retirement home, and then like Godzilla's there. And it's like I'm the boss of this retirement home, and then they get into a fight, and then this new guy comes along and thinks he's king, like the king with all this tech and new stuff, and they're like, nah, we got you.
Bloody millennials.
Yeah,
And then
Robert,
the boomers take down the millennials.
yeah, pretty much.
Fair enough, Dave, fair enough.
The right Titan one, I have to say.
Well,
But it was predictable once it happens.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
like... Yeah.
I think the cow has finally been milked as far as it can be milked.
Yeah, I don't see it
I enjoyed it.
happening.
It was good. If you go to the drive-ins, turn your headlights off. It's not a difficult request.
And if you go to the
wouldn't you?
movies...
I don't know. I understand people have to turn their cars back on because they don't want their battery to die.
Yeah.
But you don't need to leave your lights on.
Oh.
Anyway, besides that...
Odd.
Yeah, if you go to the movies, tell your kids to shut the F up. Like...
No, you just shouldn't be
seriously.
allowed to go to movies, Dave.
Oh.
You and your kid hatred. I don't know. But I thought the movie was... Some of the story is ridiculous and trash. The Stranger Thing girl, Millie Bobby Brown, her subplot,
Didn't even need to be in
could
there.
have cut it.
Totally.
Could have cut it. The conspiracy podcast
Podcast.
guy was just
Yeah.
beyond bad. But I didn't care, because there's a giant lizard fighting a giant gorilla, and then we got to fight a giant robot lizard.
Yes.
The fights are amazing. Visually, the whole movie is stunning. Like, one of the things is it's all about Hollow Earth and stuff like that. So like they go into Hollow Earth, and like when they go to Hollow Earth, they invert. And that shot
That's cool.
when they first go in, I can't even really explain it. Right? It just goes upside down and.
But then it's upside down and he's falling and he's holding on to it. But then it slows and he stops. But then he goes walking to another section and he has to jump off to go like a quarter the
like
other
sort of
way.
moon jumping. Sort of.
Yeah. And the best part is we're watching it. Dana's like, this movie's starting to get a bit far fetched.
Giant monkey is alright. Giant lizard is alright. Hollow Earth.
Well, except that, and she kept going, where's his car? Like, we've been playing too much Mario Kart. She keeps thinking it's Donkey Kong. She's like, where's his car? Loving it. Love your comments, Steve. Don't stop.
Wrong Kong.
Oh, so good. But yeah,
They tried to sue.
did they?
Yeah. Who owns? Who?
GM, I think at the time.
Yeah.
was,
They sued Nintendo
Back in the day.
back in the day with Donkey Kong came out, and then they realized they didn't own the license. Yeah.
Was it because I was at the drive-ins, or like it did look good, but it just seemed dark? And I don't
Yeah, a
mean
bit
dark in
dark.
the tone. Just
Visually.
visually a bit dark.
Yeah.
Might be
But
because
then
of the
again,
headlights.
in Hollow Earth,
Well, that
you
could have
don't,
been part of it.
In Hollow Earth, you don't expect like it to be bright.
No, but
at all.
even the outside
Even
bits of them,
outside-
I think it's got the
Because
bit
of
of
the
Zack
CGI?
Snyder-ness
Yeah.
to hide
Hide-
some of the.
That's what I
the
thought.
rough out the edges.
That's what I
smooth out
thought.
the edges. That's what I think. That's what
Kong
we
would
talked
have broken out sooner, right?
about.
What do you mean?
At the
Oh,
start.
he's throwing the trees on the like barriers and that.
Yeah, I don't know if he wanted to break out.
Yeah, that's what I thought. He's like,
I
where's he
think
going to go?
was- Yeah, that's it. He just
And then-
he's more letting them know he knows he's
Yeah.
inside, and you better do something and sort it out soon because
And then
you can't keep a monster like that.
I was
Yeah.
more, how would they have ever built that without him just coming to smash him the first time?
Yeah,
But in.
But at the end, where he's like the bad guy's confronting Millie Bobby Brown, whatever,
Yep.
and it's like,
Oh, that was a good scene.
yeah. But then he could have just went by imprisoning it's like, oh, they're meant to attack, and like they wouldn't attack if you haven't done anything. And it's like you're imprisoning one, like
Yeah.
like that.
the whole part of using the DNA of the Hydra, and
yeah.
dude,
That was smart.
Yeah, the
to-
Ghidorah
that-
head being the pilot cockpit, for the lack of a better word.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
bro.
what was powering
Whoa.
the
But
Megazilla.
yeah, like it's a remote pilot of the
Yeah.
Megazilla.
Yeah.
With
Oh,
telekinesis.
And
yes.
he's in the skull, like
Yeah.
his cockpit is the skull of Ghidorah that they've
Oh,
got
that's
sitting there.
cool.
It's like stuff like that. You're just like, wow.
Yeah. So there's some really, really cool. Like, yes, that Millie Bobby Brown stuff was cringe-worthy.
Yeah.
But and the kid from Hunt for the Wilder People
Yes.
just hamming it up as usual. But he's all right. But yeah, the
He's
other
gotta lose some weight.
he's doing Subway ads. He'll be right.
I don't. He's just gonna limit himself
Just like yeah,
for his own good. Like I don't know. Like hell, fucking you shit. Like,
Subway, the only
But-
fast food place to
but
taste healthy than a
career-wise,
loaf of bread for lunch.
just tone it down a touch.
Yeah.
Speaking
Because he's going to get bigger and bigger because he's hitting that age where he's going to get bigger.
of career, why is that Isa Gonzalez? She's starting off now, isn't she?
Oh, is that the
that
the
the
daughter?
daughter?
The daughter, yeah.
Yeah, I meant to go.
Where's
I
she
have to look
from?
her up. Yeah.
Okay.
She's
Yeah,
like, I think she's a
You knew
model.
her name. You're above me.
Yeah.
She's a model already.
I knew,
I think
I knew
actually,
David know her name.
No, I think Paul Heyman, like his company, like looks
Oh,
after
yeah,
her,
yeah.
like
Okay.
as a talent agency.
Yeah, she was
Yeah,
quite
so-
talented.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
she's up and coming.
I thought
But
I thought the little girl did pretty good.
She did really good.
The
relationship between the woman and the main guy.
Yeah,
that was terrible.
Yeah. Well,
he's bad. She was okay, but he was really
she was
bad.
Fine.
I still think my favourite part is using that ship as a defibrillator.
Oh.
Is just going to go down.
It's like fights on carriers.
Yeah, I saw that.
Crazy.
Yeah. Plus, you don't have to worry about Man of Steel deaths anymore.
Hey,
Hong Kong, there's no one alive.
There is nobody.
Nobody.
It is annihilated.
Yeah, it's so good.
I could not. I'm like, okay, there's 4 million dead, 6 million dead. Okay, everyone's dead.
I like how they they talk about it, they'll do it. Like with Hollow Earth, they're just talking about let's go there. Yeah. Like, oh, let's fight. All right, we're gonna fight. You know,
and they fight.
Yeah.
My favourite bit of the movie might be that. So all right, so Kong's in the Hollow Earth, right? That's his subplot. They've taken him in there, and they've had to boat him / fly him to Antarctica or whatever, one of the ice bits, and that's where the door is, and they go down, right? But like, I'm watching it. I'm like, how are they going to get him back to fight Godzilla? Like, you know, because you can't just come through the door he came, because you're like, that doesn't help because he's not there. Godzilla's not there, right? So, but Godzilla just Arctic breaths a hole into the center of the
It's
Earth.
like Godzilla was on the beers all night, then had some Taco Bell, and it just ruined his guts.
And they
It's literally
bore a
30
hole
seconds
all the
of
way
him.
to where Kong is in Hollow
And
Earth.
Kong just jumps out
Yes.
I'm the Godzilla, just like,
with his axe.
I know where he is.
Yes.
Down there.
Yeah.
Oh, well, no, the axe woke.
The axe.
There's it's
Power system.
Turns the light on, rings the doorbell.
Okay.
But yeah, just
Because like at the
all
start
the
of
way
the
to
movie,
the middle of the Earth.
you think, okay, they're going to use that as a tunnel passage, like the magnetic
Yeah.
waves and that. But no, he's just
Nah.
gonna
Just
good.
drills a hole.
Just Ralphing.
Yeah,
Hilarious.
So good. The movie is ridiculous, and it wouldn't be for everybody.
Oh,
if you're just there for a good time.
I was shocked Dana stayed awake. And she
Yeah.
was at the end too. I'm like, she goes, yeah, it was fun. It was okay. It is what it is.
I've watched this scene where Kong shoves a tree down Godzilla's throat. That's from the original.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
from the original
I was
movie.
watching that clip of that the other day because Dana's like, "What's the original look like?" I'm like, hang on a minute, let me
Ooh,
show
here
you.
we go.
Because that first part of the fight scene, like it's forced perspective, but neither of the monsters actually move. They're both just standing at the one place, moving like this, and then throwing rocks at each other. Because it was actually on Facebook. It was Aussie Man Reviews It. It was actually pretty funny. And yeah, it was that first fight. It was hilarious. It's so dodgy. What else was?
Okay, because Millie Bobby Brown,
Yes.
probably not.
But she was okay in the
just
first one.
I'm just glad she's like not stuck in child star thing. You know, like she's actually
Oh no, she'll
getting more
kick.
work
the
and all
child
that.
in this,
She'll
though.
kick
Yeah, I
on.
know,
though.
but like, you know,
Nah, she'll kick on.
yeah,
Yeah, she'll.
I hope so.
I thought it was a bit weird, some of the stuff with her.
All that whole section didn't.
No,
even-
just the outfit they put her in with this flappy thing right here.
A little bit.
I
Yeah.
thought
It's
that
like,
was a little
oh,
creepy,
yeah,
man.
Yeah. How old are you again?
Yeah, she's a bit creepy.
Okay,
Yeah.
no, I don't
Because it's
remember that.
generally like she's got a single on and then like a top, but it's got like a flat bit, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right there. So there's just a lot of movement. I'm like, are they trying to get
Yeah,
attention there?
yeah.
Like that's not cool.
Yeah, weird.
Not cool.
The bit where he, like goes to pick her up, and like she's like, "Are you coming or not?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm coming, okay." And it's like the door's stuck. It's like, and then she starts driving off. It's like, I'm trying to get in the car, you know, like.
And him hacking into the computer. Oh, let me just get the password. I'm like, come on, bro. Like,
And then just go.
yeah.
Rubbish.
That whole part of the movie, I don't even think it needed
Any of it.
to be in the movie.
Oh, especially the first bit with like the whatever it is, like the eye or something. Like,
No, it was
Yeah.
the heart. I'm guessing it was the power core.
as if Godzilla wouldn't have like saw that and like just go boom, that's it, done. You know, like
Oh,
everything else is obliterated around it. But
Yes.
yeah, that one's there. It's fine.
The movie
It's
needed
alright.
John C. Reilly. That's what it needed.
Well, in it, so you got the whole Earth thing where they've got these special ships that are going in upside down and all this weird over-the-top tech that I'm like, yeah, I'll go with it. But in the Millie Bobby Brown bit, they've got an underline train from America to Hong Kong in like an hour or something. And I'm just like, I can't believe this. I believe they'd make it a giant robot Godzilla, But a train from America to Hong Kong underground that nobody knows about? Please.
Because they were creating the skull. What are they called? The skull
Crawlers.
Skull crawlers.
skull crawlers for the Mechazilla to destroy and to see how.
And
it
that's how they
worked.
ship them over there.
And that's how they were shipping them over. And that's how they got over
Yeah,
there.
and
They
you're
were
just
in
like,
the-
what?
Yeah. It's cool, but
But yeah, the whole podcast guy's terrible.
Yeah, so Isaac's character, like, it's like, oh yeah, they'll withstand the gravity. You do your job, and then all of a sudden she gets into it. They're gonna do their job, and she's like pulling her pants. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, that demeanor's just gone now.
Well, just in
You
general,
know?
like she comes in at first, oh, like the hard ass,
Yeah.
and then she's sort of not, and then she's sort of like you're like, ah.
Yeah. Oh, especially if it was like, no. You
Yeah,
know, like,
yeah. She was poorly written.
yeah. But you should
But I
be
don't
able
think
to
that's
hear
what she
that,
was there
like,
for.
from the outside shot of the thing happening. And it's like, come on, man.
Big fan.
Yeah.
yeah. So it was fun.
Yes, because
Yeah.
both fights are
I knew it
great.
was going to be fun.
Yeah.
The boat fight was cool. Like
The
there's
boat
some
fight
of
was probably the
shots-
strongest
Yeah.
of the lot because that
underwater
second,
shots.
that second fight with when the Mechazilla is really just annihilating and pounding, Godzilla comes back way too quick.
Yeah.
He was getting pounded,
He's
and
the king.
No, yeah, I know that, but like,
Yeah, I know.
yeah, tis but a scratch.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
But
But
yeah,
it's
he's
fun.
Like, yeah, Mechagodzilla's like cashed in his money in the bank. He's just going to town.
Yeah.
And it's
so
a
much
bit of a
stuff.
cop out how they like, oh yeah, let's, and then the systems go down. It's like, come
Yeah.
on, they could have done a bit. Because essentially,
Again, that's
Kong
that
at
part
the
of the
end.
storyline. It
Yeah.
was terrible.
Yeah.
Kong at the end is just hitting like emptiness, you
Yeah,
know? Like,
yeah,
it's like,
yeah,
come
yeah,
on, do something. Like,
Like,
Even-
we
even-
won't say it, but when you do see it, the way that they actually
Finish it?
conquer Mechazilla
Yeah.
is a bit of a cop out
yeah.
because it's that Millie Bobby Brown part of the story.
Oh, excellent.
That's
the
all.
worst
That's
bit,
all. It's
yeah.
it's terrible.
But even the final blow is off like a little bit. It's not like straight for the jugular. It's
Yeah.
like just, you know, like they should have went for the head instead of like, you know.
All right, Thanos.
Yeah.
But very fun.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I don't expect shapes to be.
No. No.
Like, I got
Bring on Mortal Kombat.
giant,
That's
giant
next, isn't
fights
it?
and it was good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so.
All right.
Can't wait for that.
Okay.
We are done.
Wait, hold on.
We're gonna get Nitin back.
Nitin's back.
Nitin has returned
Getting headphones off him. Alright.
just in time for us to wrap everything up. I got a text message from somebody.
Cool. Look at you, popular.
Oh, wow.
It's probably my mum.
Who else is texting you?
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's it.
Yeah, that wraps us up for episode 5. I think it's 5.
It is.
Episode 5.
5 times.
Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter as well from Dave, personally. From
Just Dave.
Thanks for the long weekend, Judas.
Yeah, not from me. Just Dave.